Pod, it's you who perhaps steps on it or moves ever so slightly as you look down and you see a folded up piece of paper on the floor.
He picks it up.
Picking it up,
Oh no.
you unfold it, and
Mhm.
it's a flyer you recognize.
Is it for the circus?
Come, one and all, to the amazing show of Gregarious Skellig, aka Greg Skellington, and his amazing Circus of Bones.
Hell yeah.
Hello everybody and welcome. We're D&D Boyband, friends all like D&D Pretty Boys, because apparently it's not fantasy and it's everybody's heart. We are all a little bit silly this evening, which, given the week some of us had, makes sense. My name is Jamie, and joining me tonight are a group of fantastic D&D players. First of all, we have Luke as Arthas.
Hi.
Eski as Pod.
Hello.
Clued as Casimir.
Something was merely a setback. I don't know what today.
Sai as Quan.
Nay.
And Ben as Mercy.
May, tear, chip, and shatter.
Fuck tier.
That is an act of war.
So, the party have clearly had some issues with their plans from last week, which we'll get into, but I don't think we have any announcements, other than we might have a date change in 2 weeks. We'll need to decide that. We probably should have actually talked about that pre-session.
Yeah, instead we were yelling about the general election. Sorry. We'll update you on Discord. Or maybe talk about it on the break, question mark. Yeah.
Apparently some Americans are annoyed that we're having it on the 4th of July, which is obviously Independence
That's
Day.
understandable. We are kind of stealing their thunder
That's
a little
their
bit. It's
day.
kind of their
No,
thing,
land
you
of
know,
the
like-
free, baby. Britain.
They have
United
a-
States of Kingdom.
they
We're
have
the
4th
land of the
July every
free.
year. How often do we have an election?
Do you have
Yeah.
a license for that freedom?
Look, I mean, Rishi just really wants to go out there to celebrate, so it is
So
totally-
he'll be there by then.
Yeah.
by the
He's
time
probably a
the
bit
end of
homesick.
the-
All right, there are no major announcements. A recap. Last session, you guys devised 3 separate plans to infiltrate the home of the Immaculate Ecclesiarchy, where they are here to celebrate their... Celebrate is the wrong word. Mourn and give respect to the dead from the Wars of Shame, along with the Mystic Academia. Arvis has attempted to scale the ziggurat and get inside, which has gone fairly successfully. You
And
attempted to get
succeeded.
in via... Yeah, successfully. You've attempted to get in via the service quarter. That didn't work, as you attempted to convince them that your brother had the plague. And instead, all 4 of you have gone in through the main door. That conversation has seemingly gone a little awry. Pod, however, has managed to slink away upstairs to where Arvis has been rummaging through various desks, finding items, missives, books, and evidence about what is going on. As a reminder, you are here because the Sovereign Arbiter of Dominus has charged you with finding out who the Immaculate Ecclesiarchy are going to war with. You found a little bit of clues, such as the Mind Shield, such as some history books, some directives, some letters. I don't know if you need reminding. Mercy, you're still there dressed as a squire. No, you've gone to the kitchens, haven't you?
Yes, I've gone to
Yeah.
the kitchens for water for my master.
Yes. And
Good night.
the last thing, I believe, was the general and the second in command talking to Quan and Casimir before Casimir, who does have dirt on General Mordecai Thorne, attempting to
Can we not talk
detect
about
thoughts
this? Don't
and
talk about this.
probe deeper.
Nothing happened.
However, they have retreated, clearly to talk about it, and you have been left alone. We'll quickly jump from the immediate problem to a smaller problem of Pod and Arvis.
Mhm.
Pod is currently invisible. Pod, you see Arvis. Dash out. No, sorry, Arvis is currently invisible. You don't see. You just
We're
see a
both
door open
invisible.
and shut. You're both invisible. You see a door
haven't
open
thought
and
this through.
shut ahead of you as Arvis I'll say you see him delve into the room of Esmeralda Stone, High Canoness.
Okay, so I don't know. Did I hear some sort of ratty sounds or something? Like, I mean,
No, but you saw the door open and shut. And the rest of you, you've
Okay.
been messaging Arvis. Arvis hasn't replied because that might break the spell. So Arvis
yeah,
not
well, we
replying
know
is
he's
kind
invisible.
of a good thing at this point.
Hmm. Wait, hold on. So was this the door that was? This wasn't the door that was magically sealed, right? Not sealed, sorry. That we noticed was magically protected. This is. Has Arvis just left the room, or I saw him just go in the room?
No,
I'm
you don't know. He's
unsure.
invisible. It's just open and shut.
Oh. Is there anyone else around?
Not at
Should I
this
roll
point.
for?
There are so you've inferred or you've heard there's obviously a banquet going on this evening, and most
Yeah,
people
yeah,
are
yeah.
out. There are a couple of people here who are important enough that have talked to you, but the kind of staff are focused on the lower floors preparing the banquet this evening.
So okay, so I just heard the door open and close. I haven't heard any shuffling or anything like that. No indication whatsoever that there's anyone here. Just
Make a
I'm
perception check.
on a guess. Just okay, cool. Please don't roll like. Don't let this be the day.
Don't pop me
Okay,
down.
that's 17.
You don't hear anything.
Yeah.
That's
So
but
as
you're
the door
looking for
open and
that.
closes,
I would say with the 17, you don't hear any scurrying, you don't hear any sounds. You conclude maybe Arvis has gone inside that office.
I guess I try and take a step forward and peek inside the office.
So
If anyone's
Arvis,
in there.
I'm gonna say you with your passive perception, you freeze, slink up against a wall, immediately go stealth mode as the door that you just walked through slightly opens, and this is a moment where two invisible characters are trying to look for each other.
Well, my invisibility doesn't actually only last for a little, like a very short amount of time. So I guess Pod would probably dash in the room as soon as he sees that there's no one there. His invisibility will obviously drop a couple of seconds later. Although he is actually still disguised as a guard, isn't he? Probably shouldn't have admitted that, but that is true.
So you
I
see
don't know
the
if
door
did
open,
Arvis see. No, he didn't.
No, yeah, you open the door. You open and shut the door. Arvis, you're like hiding. You're looking at it. Nobody's there. And then as the thing, something goes from invisible to present, and you see to you're currently disguised, like disguise self
As
as
Lords,
a
as
You are
Pod the
Podrick the Silent.
Podrick the Silent. Yeah.
I guess I would kind of break my excitement upon looking around for a second and go, in his very distinctive, Office, yeah, it's me.
Arvis is
Where is that
invisible, but if anybody had cast see invisibility or true sight, they would see he is tightly gripping his bone-carved dagger with his teeth gritted, ready to do what he's done before and feels he might have to do again. At hearing Pod's voice, those with that vision would see his eyes widen, his red eyes, but briefly remain hidden. And what Arvis will do is are there any objects, are there any books in the room, like a book, for example?
Yeah. No, this is the High Canon's room where I believe you found the book on the history. I mean, there are bookshelves, but the one that was kind of open on the thing was the history of invasions, failure attempts to hold Dominus in the center of Lukai. So you've got that on your person, but if you wanted to throw another book, you could.
What Arvis would do is slip one of the books off, say one of the shelves, just a random one, and he'd use his magical tinkering ability, so probably pulling out his thieves' tools or his alchemist tools, and briefly scrolling across the front of it, sort of in hiding, and then he'll drop the book on the floor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to imbue it with up to 25 words of text. Yeah. And it's just, it hits the floor, and yeah, a book just falls onto the floor.
Kind of startled by this. I guess Pod goes and looks at the book. What does he? What do I see?
So scribed on the book just says, "Prove it's you?" ?
Oh, I mean, there's no limit to how many times he can transform. So, I mean, well, actually, there is. Technically, it's 3 in a day, but he's done 2. And he can use
There's no
spell slots.
limit. Oh no, wait.
There is a limit, but it's quite high because it's a level 1 spell. And I got a lot of
That's
spell
quite
slots. So
There's quite a
There's
limit,
no
actually.
limit.
there is
There
actually
is.
a limit. There's no limit apart from the one that we put on ourselves.
Namaste.
I guess he dropped the transformation for a second. It'd
Gojo's
be odd.
Limitless has been very much nerfed in recent years.
Yeah, he dropped the transformation as kind of a little kind of that looks very much like Pod in the clothes he normally wears. I'm wearing a disguise just in case they come in. Although I
Ring
don't
of
think they
Legend.
like
In
me.
that case, you'll see the words will fade from the book you're holding, and Arvus, you'll just see a coat from a coat rack just sort of come out and sit upon a shape of a person and goes, "You scared the fucking shit out of me, mate."
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Sorry, there's a lot of them around, and Operation Distraction downstairs. It's not going so well at the moment.
Okay.
I don't think they believe us. Mercy's kind of. He won't be coming anytime soon. I think he's been stuck.
Fucking right. Well, what do you want me to do? I can create a distraction, or is there anything you think I can help with that, mate?
Well, I guess I probably can't go back to them, so I imagine we're gonna have to find a way out.
Right.
And
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Have we got anything good? Have we found anything?
Well, I've come across a few juicy pieces of information. However, there is one. It's a chest, isn't it, DM? It's not a door. It was a chest we came across that had magical wards on it.
What was a door? Oh, was it not a door? I thought it was a doorknob.
Oh
There
no,
was a
sorry, no.
door
You
which
found a
almost
door
took me.
that you nat one it, but you didn't grab it. I think yeah, sorry. And that you have now found like a scrap of paper. That is the Archprelat's door. So if you want to get more information, you could attempt to go to the Archprelat's door, but there would be a risk associated with that. Yes.
Or are we feeling
And so,
lucky,
yeah,
punk?
that's what Arvis is describing. He's like, I've come across this we need to break into, mate. But I don't think it's worth it. It's fucking magical wards, cunt. It's just dangerous stuff, mate.
I mean, I could get rid of the wards. I think if it's magic, I
can
could
do
dispel
that.
it. But I'll give it a magic. You just dispel
Wait.
it.
Hold on,
Thank you.
mate. You can dispel magic.
Just triple check to make sure I'm not lying.
I've
Yeah, I
Got
can.
a feeling that's a very cleric thing on the spell list, so we'll see.
Oh, wait, can I? I feel like I did see it
One
actually.
would
I thought it was
hope.
Grave Cleric.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it is
it's
a
a level
cleric
4.
spell.
I can. It's a level 4th level spell that I have access to. Spell magic.
Oh,
I can do it
sick.
It was
once.
level 3rd level, wasn't it?
Third, yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, no, that's up leveled. Sorry, my bad. I just didn't read it from originally. Dispel magic, yes.
Ah, you
Might need to adjust
beauty.
I can. I can do it now 3 times. Sorry.
Oh, sick,
do it
boy.
a couple
In that
times.
case, oh, mate, you've come in just like a little charm, you beauty. In that case, what's your cover story? Your disguise.
Well, they know that the one that I was pretending to be is well, they know that I'm not actually from here, so I could say that I got lost. I don't think that's gonna work though. Maybe I could do a different disguise. Or I could just go
How
into
many
more common
times can you
disguise.
do it, mate?
Disguise? A few times. Visibility? 2 more times.
Well,
Then I'm out of juice.
save your invisibility, you might need it. And fucking, mate, I might fucking need your invisibility if things go. Because that. So, right. Let's go and dispel that charm in that case, mate.
Okay. Okay. You've been up here a few
Alright.
times. Do you think I could maybe disguise as something that they wouldn't pay attention to?
Oh,
Do you see
I don't
anybody?
know.
Anything?
DM, is there, like, looking around the rooms that I've seen, have I got any sort of, like, evidence as to kind of any kind of identifiable stuff around particular people? Any portraits or images that might have been on the wall?
So
you know,
each
that
one
might-
has contained a portrait of the Archprelat, or as they currently are. Are you looking for something in particular, or just whose room is this? Because you know whose room this is. You know which of the two rooms you've
Yeah,
gone
sure.
into.
It's more that in case Pod needs to disguise himself as somebody of rather influential.
So, Pod, you
Do
have
we
seen
have any
you have
images
seen
of
both
visitors
the
around?
general. You've seen both the
Yeah.
general and the high canoness. You've seen various guards and servants now. You know what they look like. You could disguise yourself as any of them. And you've seen you've now seen the arch prelate. I would say based on the wisdom that your character has, describing yourself as somebody who shouldn't be here, who's very important, is not a good idea. Describing yourself as the general or the high canoness, risky.
Yeah.
You are aware that there are a bunch of servants, including the one who denied you entry, Mr. Tobias Cole, who is the head steward. You could attempt to be a servant you know, or just a random servant. Basically, that's probably where your brain
Was
goes to.
there
That's
okay
the idea.
when Tobias came out and denied us entry? Was it just him, or was there anyone around him that looked
Just
kinda
him,
like
but there were two
run
guards.
down? Yeah, but those two guards were just stationed on the door, right?
Yes.
Yeah, can't be the two guards. Or do I roll the dice? Do I pretend to be Tobias Elwood? So seems like the kind of person who could go anywhere he wants. Is he part of the Immaculate Ecclesiarchy, or is he just like a contractor?
You don't know.
Was he wearing any sort of memorabilia, anything like that we noticed, or not
Not really.
really? Okay.
I feel like if you know he hasn't got clearance necessarily to be lots of places, maybe he's not a great choice. He may raise suspicion by being in the back offices, if you know what I mean.
That's what I mean. But this isn't their building, right?
It is their
Not that
building.
they're
It's
brilliant.
actually
Oh, it
his
is their
building,
building.
and he's the head steward. So you can maybe make inferences about.
Okay,
what
I'm
you're-
gonna do it. He snaps his fingers, kind of abjuration magic, and he looks like the last time he saw Tobias Elwood.
Okay. You see, Arvis, you see Pod transform into a slightly taller than average, but particularly haggard-looking, stressed, kind of multiple-eyed half-elf, kind of graying hair going along. Looks to be somebody who has spent most of their life in a service position and is very tired of it. Big bags under the eyes, and Arvis, you are now representative of Mr. Tobias Cole.
Oh, not me. It was.
No,
No,
I
sorry,
am,
Pod. Sorry, Pod's transformed.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Cool.
All right,
Great.
you
mhm.
I guess lead the way, but just I don't know. Tell me which way out the door. Don't take off the invisibility. Maybe don't wear the coat, and just point me in the direction.
Yeah, Arvis places the coat back down, and you see him pick up a, I don't know, just like a cup or something, just another sort of tiny object of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it go invisible as he sort of brings it into his possession in his inventory, as happens with items with an invisibility spell. And he tells you, all right, if you hear the sound of a buzzing fly or a wasp or something like that, mate, that means someone coming, or make yourself scarce, right?
Got it.
If you hear the sound of what would be a common sound in these halls, if you hear, not creaking floorboards. Come on, give me some ideas, guys. What would be a sound you'd hear in this environment? but it
Squires
wouldn't be
getting
completely-
beaten.
I was gonna say a knot on the wall.
Murmuring
maybe.
in prayer, like soft prayer murmuring.
Yeah,
That's not-
okay.
that's pretty
Claiming
good.
In
Tyr's
that case,
name.
Yeah. In that case, if you hear that, that means we're going to have to fight somebody. Knock them clean out cold, all right, mate?
It sounds pretty scary, but I'm ready. Let's just be in and out.
All right.
Right.
Beautiful.
So, Eski,
Mhm.
disguised as Tobias Cole, you leave. Arvis close in tow, ready to make your. So, are you just trying to leave, or are you trying to go back to?
No. We want to head towards that door that's locked.
That door that's locked.
Mhm.
Okay.
I guess
will
Arvis
say.
has probably already described which one it is.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
we leave,
it's
so I know
nearby.
exactly where to go.
So as you
Actually,
approach,
memory serves me right. There is the door, of course, that is enchanted. There was also some chests in another room that were also enchanted, it seemed, with some kind of abjuration magic.
yes.
In one of the offices. Cool, thank you.
Cool.
So are you going for the door or are you going for the chest?
Let's go for the chests first. You've got enough dispel magic. It's
Yeah,
not
I
gonna,
got 3. I got
put
3
you-
in the tank.
You're not going to be massively out of pocket if we use 2, for example.
No.
Okay, I'll start with the
Okay.
chest. This is the confessor's room. One you were in first.
Yeah.
As you can
Point of
attempt to
order,
cast dispel
we
magic.
keep our distance so we don't
Yeah,
dispel
no.
magic on ourselves.
This is a 4th level spell, so the DC will be 14. So you do need to roll for this. It's a D20.
Well,
plus your
it's either a
modifier.
3rd or a... Wait, so it's a 4th level spell, right?
Yeah, so if you want to cast it at 4th level, you will just automatically succeed this. Or you can cast it at 3rd level, and you will have to roll.
DC would be 14. What would
I
your,
know you just
what would your
granted me
base
that
roll
information. But
Yeah,
I assume
I'm
I
saying
can
that based
detect
on your
magic
knowledge, you
and-
can work it out. Yeah.
be? Keep in mind, Eski, you can also give yourself guidance because you're currently not concentrating on anything.
That's
It is a skill
true.
check.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself guidance and try and cast it at 3rd level.
Is it a skill check?
I don't know.
Good question.
Yeah? Wait, it's straight wisdom, so is that not
I think it's an ability check, not a skill
ability
check.
Ability
Which-
check is
Is that under guidance?
It
Yeah.
is, yeah. So
Okay.
that's fine.
Guidance works.
Alright, so what do you need me to roll? Just a...
Just D20 plus your wisdom plus a D4.
D20 plus my wisdom.
Plus
My wisdom is
proficiency, is it,
plus
or-
5.
No, no
so-
proficiency.
And then I'm gonna roll a D4 afterwards. So that's a 17 without guidance, and
Hey.
the D4 is an extra
Alright.
3, so 30-20.
So as the runes disappear from the chest, you can kind of delicately flick it open. Inside there are another. So you remember you found a bag of chains here earlier. These are similar, except that these chains are slightly warm to the touch. And as you kind of flip them over, there are magical runes inscribed into them. This is a magical set of chains that you would perhaps need to identify to figure out what they do.
very fucking sick.
Is that the only thing in the box?
Only thing in the box.
Okay, we just I just go for them, I guess.
It sounds
And
like
DM,
a
are they-
sick
are they-
item.
are they,
Could you
are
roll?
they
Could you roll
mani-
a? Could you roll an Arcana check just to recognize the runes?
Sure.
Both of us?
I
Or
have
religion.
a plus
Both of you, yeah. both of
0
you
to
is magic.
Arcana. That is an 8. A flat 8.
You don't recognize them.
I'm not.
Jeweler's tools, thieves' tools, tinkerer's tools, no, nothing. Arcana check, cool. That's
I
looking
should've
alright.
religion.
That's 14. Unless you want to give me guidance as well, Eski.
Yeah, why not? It's cantrip. Just pats you on the back. After
Fucking
not
do it.
identifying the runes. What are these?
Plus 4, so that is an 18.
18. That's high enough. Obviously, either you've maybe experienced these or are aware of what this spell does. A creature clasped in these chains, willfully or unwillfully, will be considered under the effects of a Zone of Truth spell.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We like it, we
Oh.
like
Make use of
it.
this.
Alright,
Ooh.
straight in the bag of holding these bad boys.
Ooh.
And Arvis is going to say,
They are called.
Oh,
They are
these are-
called the Chains of Confession.
"Oi, that's a sick item name for a
I'm
for
sure
a holy
The
they'll-
character."
chains of confession.
hmm
It sounds
And
totally
Arvis
like
is going to
something
say
Pod
to
would use.
Pod, "I'm afraid to tell you, this is perhaps the most evil magic item I've ever come across.
His hide's kind of
There is no
widened. back.
greater evil than these chains, mate. They's forcing you to tell the truth."
Sounds terrible. Just we should take them away. Where's the door? Where's the door? I don't want to stay here much
Right.
longer.
"It's this way, mate. Second on the left." And pokes his head out. Time to go.
Is
So we
anyone
close the chest back down.
Yeah.
In fact,
So I will-
DM, the chains I had before, is it
Yep.
possible to kind of like, I got some chains before, were they manacles? Were they just chains? What was it? Were they
Yeah,
identical?
chains and
What was the
manacles.
deal?
You can replace them. I'll say that, and then hopefully they'll do the job.
Yeah, cool.
To
And it,
slightly
actually,
hurry
in
things-
that case, DM, are there any kind of like inscriptions, anything that made the magical ones stand out
yes,
compared to the
there are
others?
runes carved into them. That's how you recognize what they did. You recognize what the runes
I would
stood
like
for.
to use my magical tinkering ability to put those
I would like
carvings
you to
magically onto
roll a
those.
proficiency check with those, and if I was a good enough DM, at some point over the next couple of months, this person is going to interrogate someone under the believing that these are working, and they're going to get wrong information, and that's going to impact the campaign. I don't know how
Maybe
this
it's
is going to
us,
work.
bro. Maybe it's us.
I'm going to make it be there. The Ecclesiarchy have the wrong
Okay,
information
shit.
because of the actions you have taken this day.
Nice.
Beautiful.
All right.
I love it.
Can I just roll a
This is-
d20 with prof? I can't. Okay, cool. Sorry, it was a d20 with proficiency you wanted me to roll, was it?
Whatever the skill check is with that item you're using. So your ability modifier plus your proficiency.
Okay. It would be Thieves' Tools I can use for it, so I can use my Thieves' Tools proficiency.
Make a
for it.
forgery,
Cool.
absolutely. Because you're not trying to recreate the magic, you're trying to recreate the runes.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. All right, so that just adds my proficiency, I think. So that is 20 plus 3.
Okay, you do. That's a really good job. You are very happy with your
Modest
handiwork.
8. But of course,
wait, sorry, I thought you said 22.
it's a modest 8. I said d20 plus 3 is what I said. It's a modest 8 with guidance, of course, from my best cleric buddy.
So you can cast guidance on
That's wrong.
yourself.
I can, but I have invisibility on me, which
Yeah, he already has a.
because I'll be casting a spell, it will count. Yeah, as an action. That. All right, extra d4 adds 3 to it. 11.
Okay, 11. Is it you're all 11 total?
Yeah, I'm just sticking with that.
Okay. Less good than 22. Your runes, they're passable at far enough away. You feel like you're a bit rushed. Okay, to slightly expedite things, you leave this room, you go to the door, and whether or not you succeed will be left for later. So, Pod, as you cast a spell magic, you will need to roll
I
for
would
this.
probably on the door cast it.
Yep.
I might cast a level 4 one.
That's fine. You still
Just
need to
for
roll,
sake
but
of
you add your proficiency, and I think because there's actually no benefit, which doesn't seem appropriate, you get a +2 to this roll, but you do need to roll a 17.
So this is my a wisdom roll plus
Wisdom.
proficiency.
No proficiency. It's just straight
Okay.
roll plus guidance, so a d4 +2 plus your wisdom,
Okay. So there's.
and it's a 17
oh,
you
no.
need.
That's
Can I even
not
make up a 17? No, I don't think I can. Even with +2, that gets it plus the guidance, will get to 8.
Okay, we'll deal with the consequences of that in a second.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a 1 on that one as well.
Oh,
Mercy.
God.
That,
You're in
I
this-
want to note that was a 9, despite being so bad because of the pluses.
Unfortunately,
Hopefully that
Mercy,
counts. For me.
you are in the kitchen. What are you doing?
I guess I'm with everyone, right? Like there are other servants.
Yeah,
Actual
people are running
servants
in and
this
out. You
kitchen?
see people like beginning to shove stuff up, some throwing stuff in pot. There's like chefs working. There are like people bringing stuff in. Servants are constantly running in and out, kind of preparing stuff. It's very chaotic and busy. You get the sense that no one is paying attention to you. Like nobody is caring if you're there, and if they notice, they've got something else to be doing.
Can I just like I don't know if there's any trays or I could grab a tray or just like a plate maybe. Pick up some food and like take it as if I'm going up to serve it to like one of the like senior.
Like people are
ecclesiarchy.
preparing things and being left there, and you're just like, and if like you kind of take a second, obviously using your thing, you without too much difficulty, you kind of grab one and you kind of look like you belong even now, and you just start walking off, and nobody says anything. Like the chef's already moved on. Whoever was supposed to pick it up hasn't done it yet.
Perfect. Yeah, I will do that, and I will start heading upstairs.
Okay. Heading upstairs, I'll say this has all happened with what's happened with Pod Narvis, and you see Pod reaching out. Not Pod. You see the person who denied you entry earlier, Tobias said, standing next to a door, beginning to cast a spell on it.
It's that's standard. That's what happens, right?
Okay, so I would put on a different face first of all before going up the stairs, and
Yeah.
Please, Bolton me. Last minute.
No,
What?
that roll has been done.
What?
That roll has been done.
Mercy sees it.
Also, I think you're the I think I fucking hide
Okay.
if I can.
Yeah,
sit-
true.
So okay, obviously not skipping over it. You get upstairs. The three of you are now upstairs in pod. You are attempting to dispel this enchantment. You are going to fail.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
dispel magic
Shocking.
doesn't suffer with consequences. But as you reach out, you feel the enchantment push back, and whatever barrier is there is thing, and it kind of pushes your hand back, and you don't think you've managed to succeed. And you and Arvis are just, Arvis is presumably next to you, waiting to hear.
I kind of have like an Indiana Jones moment where I like wipe the sweat off my brow,
Yeah.
and yeah, I guess kind of rebalances the thing, and I guess I would try again because I quite
Okay,
literally
and this is the
cannot do
third
worse.
level, right?
But this will be a third level, yes.
Yeah. Go for it, roll.
Which this time was a 17 plus the extra 5 and 2 makes it a 24 plus I guess
Yeah.
guidance as well because I'm
Nice.
gonna be
So this time,
super
kind of got a sense
overkill.
for what you're working with. You hold out and you
One.
manage to kind of find a slim gap in the enchantment, and using your magic, you kind of put your fingers in and pull it to one side, and slowly but surely you like push apart the door. As you see all of this, like one of the doors almost like shatters in Pod's hand, and there's just a normal door behind it as the enchantment is dispelled. And
Wait,
you
so
are
I
all-
see mercy. Have I noticed mercy yet?
I'll say you're quite focused on your task. Arvis, however, roll a perception check.
Yep, let's do that.
Am I
Oh,
rolling
point of
stealth,
order, by
Jamie?
the way. I had.
If you're trying to hide, then yeah, sure.
Oh, natural 20 from me on the perception check. But just to go back to that roll with the thieves' tools, like engraving the runes. Forgot I had expertise. It goes from 8 to 11. Sorry, the roll.
Okay. Fair enough.
Anyway, yes, that's a 20, natural
okay.
23.
Stealth roll from Mercy. Beat a 23.
Natural 20.
Beat a natural 20, 23. I'm still listening. I'm just grabbing a drink.
15.
That sounded like you
Can
said
you guys hear me
50.
still?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry, I need to switch mics then because this is in my headset. Okay, so you guys, Mercy, you attempt to hide. However, Arvis, your keen instincts, you immediately snap that as Pod achieves that, you turn around and there is a servant staring at you with a tray of food, who's just ducked around a corner at the last second.
Staring at Pod, right? Because I'm invisible. And...
Yes, Pod. Yes, Pod.
Cool. In that case, Pod, you will hear, was it the sound of a wasp or something? Just to kind of like alert that something's going down.
I guess I would attempt
Not
to try and
time
notice.
to knock somebody out. It's not go time sound you hear, but you
as
hear
maybe someone I guess his ears kind of shoot up and he looks around. I would have to
Right, make
roll
a
above
perception check,
a.
Pod,
Yeah, what would I have to roll above to notice?
You're really quiet, Jamie. Is that just me?
Yeah,
he's
I just
on a
switched to
different
my good mic, which hello.
Oh, it sounds
Oh,
good now.
better.
Put it near your mouth.
It was 11, so I can't see you. I don't
Hello.
know.
Rip.
I guess upon obviously hearing that there's someone coming, can't see it. If the door's open, I will attempt to slip into the room.
Okay, so you don't see it. So you hear Arvis, but you're like, okay, the best thing I can do
I
is
know
kind of when you open the
something might
door
be
and you slip
coming,
in.
so I want to get in the room.
Yeah. Okay. Arvis, you see Pod like ears prick up, hearing you, and immediately dash into the room.
Cool. I'll probably slip in behind him in that
So then,
case.
Mercy, this is what you see as well. You are perceptive enough. You know
Actually,
that.
no, I'll probably stay on the outside of the room. Sorry, just hidden,
Okay.
like observing from the outside.
Mercy,
Sorry,
that's what
so
you see.
neither of them are
Pod-
invisible.
So Tobias Arvis is invisible.
Arvis
Tobias,
is-
you see like look around, almost panicked for a second, and then open the door and go in.
Hey, my acting's really good. That's really...
I think I wait maybe like 30 seconds at least to see if he comes out again.
Okay.
If
He
if
doesn't.
30 seconds go by, sorry.
No, go ahead. 30 seconds.
If it goes by and he doesn't come back out and no one else comes, I will put on my meek serving girl face again, and I'll continue walking on through the offices.
towards that door.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will quickly return. Casimir and Quan. You're alone for, I'd say, approximately 30 seconds. Is there any talking between you? Casimir, do you let Quan know what you did?
So
I mean, before he does that, I feel like Quan would just immediately turn to Kazim and be like, "What did you do? What did you do?"
he's going to turn around with the expression of a very, very guilty child. And without explaining himself, is there a window in this room, Jamie?
No.
He's just going to turn to Quan and say, well, we might be on to plan B. I'm thinking I can blow the table up, start a fire, and in the distraction we sprint out. I could turn us both invisible. You can fly, so perhaps once we're outside, if we see a window, we throw ourselves out of it. You'll catch me, right?
Wait, since when was this plan B? Do we have a plan that doesn't include destroying everything?
I'd see as potentially talk ourselves out of it, but we can't do that, I think, without, giving up something important or juicy. I tried to pry into his mind a little further than perhaps I ought have. It just seemed the perfect moment. I just couldn't resist. I couldn't stop myself. His thoughts were right there. The plans they'd laid out, his warmongering persona. He resisted it. I'm sorry.
Well, it's done now. I don't suppose you've considered we could actually tell them the truth? Perhaps?
The truth? What do you mean?
I
That
wasn't saying that in jest.
the bit where we're currently, he drops his voice and steps in really close to Quan. Currently have 3 of our friends heisting their storerooms, or the bit where, I don't know, we have enemies all over the world, including Abaddon, the lost god. What was his name? Bane? Lord of Borders? The modify memory kind of hits him for a little while. Anyway.
Lame. Bored of.
But maybe that's a good point, Quan. Maybe there are so many things we could tell them. But if we let one small bit go... So what? I mean, we know so much juice. You're a genius. Okay, no fireballs, no fireballs. Nothing will be destroyed.
One just narrows his eyes at Casimir, calling him a genius.
Okay. As your eyes narrowing, both of them walk back in. I haven't been gone too long. And the general's looking slightly abashed and back, and the High Canoness again steps forward and... Please. The general has informed me upon what exactly just happened, and I am keenly aware that you are here as representatives of Ilara, and I hope we haven't got off on the wrong foot. In the light of Tyr, we are all equals, and I hope you are approaching this with the honesty and trustworthiness that we are. Is there anything we could do to assuage your concerns? And I hope you will do likewise.
This is a considerably less stabby thing than Casimir was expecting. So maybe Quan, you kind of feel him shift and let a quick sigh of relief. And he kind of smiles and says, "Yes, my apologies. That was a tad careless of me and a tad bullshit, shall we say. I must admit, we have been sent here by Alara, burdened with something of a grand purpose, and I wasn't entirely sure that we could trust you.
Oh, well, likewise.
We are both at a slight impasse here, indeed, and I must admit the General is someone I've met before, and I had cause to be concerned. But if you vouch for him and his virtue, then I see no reason not to be more forthcoming in our conversation going forward.
I find often with these things, it is deeds, not words, that one must look for. Is that not often the case? People can tell such pretty lies.
If it's deeds, then one. Perhaps.
You came here to offer your services. That's correct. We indeed have something we require or would ask of you, and I am sure it would endear you thoroughly to myself, the General, and here. We would ask this act of you as a show of faith.
We would hear your request, and perhaps, in exchange, we might ask for your support on something else, as a show of ours.
course. Yes, likewise, we expect the same from you. We would like to do something to show our trust.
Very good.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, go for it.
$15.
15. There is an edge to this conversation. Like, this is I believe the best in you. Don't give me a reason not to. There's certainly a way that this conversation can go that's negative. This is we're all trusting each other, right? And then like everybody's kind of holding daggers behind their back. Given what's just happened. That's what you get with the 15. You read that there's an edge to this conversation.
Do I get any indication that they will follow through on what they're offering, though? Is kind of more to the point.
I would say that based on what you've seen so far, yes. Yes. These are people of their word, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Then, perhaps, if you'll please, your request.
As I'm sure both of you know, we come every year to celebrate and mourn those who were lost. Almost 40 years ago now, in our battles with the Mystic Academy, we all deeply regret the necessity of those actions. Part of that, and part of the reason for this site, is that many of the dead are entombed deep below this ziggurat. As part of those rituals, we venture into those catacombs and return various sacred relics that are used both as key pieces of rituals, but currently might be needed for some more practical purposes. It is a sacred task and duty entrusted to our most promising of initiates to return. They have not. They have been missing for 3 days now. Rather than... I would like you to venture into the catacombs beneath this ziggurat and return them. Whatever has been made of them, I am not naive enough to expect they are still alive. There should be nothing down there other than the bodies of deceased heroes. The specific relics you are looking for. Where's my notes?
You don't lie.
I do have notes about what's upcoming.
I
The
fear
sword
Jamie's like
of the Justicar, the shield of righteousness, the helm of valor, the amulets of sacred resolve, and gauntlets of the protector, each entombed with a different hero. Grandiose names, I appreciate, and mainly ceremonial, but nonetheless powerful relics of our order, and ones that we may soon need to call on.
Would I have heard of any of these?
Make a history check.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest, guys. This sounds like a very nice gear set for me.
this sounds kind of bis for you. 26.
Yep.
Yeah, these are they're
Can we get the
not
sims on these?
these are items that were used during the War of Shame. They are ones that you know that generally are not by a single champion, but are worn by 5 different champions of the Immaculate Ecclesiarchy when they go to war. You know they are entombed beneath here. None of this is a lie. They are all based on. Obviously, you can probably with the 26. You know that each of these in some way imbue or empower those with them either defensively or with Tears Light, enabling you to cast Holy Smite, be protected more than you would be otherwise. And that these are always brought forth when the Immaculate Ecclesiarchy intend to go to war, to be worn by today's champions, and secondly, that they are not used as part of the rituals. That was not true.
Ah, so this is purely they're trying to get them out of cold storage because they're going to war. Yeah, like.
Yeah, these are not used as part of the rituals for the War of Shame.
Ah, yes, of course. Tears 5 or Tears relics for his 5 standard bearers as heralds of war. I understand the tragic necessity of it given Abaddon's recent announcement. Makes perfect sense to be seeking them. I, of course, must consult our friends and allies, getting air outside though they are, but Quan, I imagine this must be appealing to you. A chance to show your faith.
Well, I would be happy to help out in any way I can. That much I said before was true.
And what would you ask of us?
Might I perhaps...
Why did you come here?
Ooh. Can I insight check this one? Does this feel like maybe we should talk about that later? Or does it feel like if I don't say, she's gonna be real unhappy? What's the edge in this?
Check.
What's the edge in that question? Oh, fucking Casimir, 1. I rolled a 2, but -1.
You don't know.
Go with your gut.
He thinks about how he has just created a big problem for Quan and how disappointed Quan was when he did something silly. So he's gonna come clean with the thing he thinks is the least ominous and revealing about what the party is currently doing in secret. So he's going to fold his hands very gravely and say, "Truth be told, in our adventures in the Stormlands, Elara, myself, all of us, we came across remnants of Lilith. And I say remnants as in her followers. Counting her as alive and well, we thought we might perhaps bring this to your attention, given your keen interest in her doings in the past. Namely, the notion that her followers were using a most forbidden and terrible form of magic. We understand very little of it, but we are seeking information on blood magic, and I was hoping you might be able to assist us in gaining ways to combat it, such that if we should come across Lilith's crazy fanatics again, we might be placed to handle them." Do they react at all to any of these words, by the way? Can I insight check? Any,
Yeah.
Keywords?
You've already insight checked. It's disappointing, I suppose, because we are clearly, what was the word you used? Aligned earlier, that your goals, if Lilith's servants, truly are on the move and work again, it makes so much fall into place, and we would happily assist you as part of this exchange.
Wonderful.
One good deed deserves another.
Well then, perhaps while we are in your catacombs, if you could perhaps help us on this blood magic thing. Appreciated.
Certainly. It is something we ourselves are keenly aware of, and the blasphemous power it can bestow.
Really horrendous. Very well. Then perhaps, boys, did we discuss, and I assume we would have because we're not complete idiots, would we have discussed some kind of like exit signal? Like, we're done, we're leaving to kind of finish the distraction? Like, you guys maybe.
Wasn't that what
send
the
us a
sending
message or
stone was for?
something? Oh, no, but Mercy has a sending stone, and Mercy is you guys.
Oh,
now.
jeez.
You
We've
guys...
bottled it, boys.
Can you guys get a message to us at all? Like, would we be expecting a "we're done, you can leave" or?
I don't think so. Because I think the original plan, as discussed, was you were just going to make a racket and Karen a diversion, and
Yeah.
we weren't going to go in with you.
Yeah,
I
the
guess we
plan
try and buy
was...
as much time as physically possible.
Yeah, the plan was
So I
scuffed from
think-
the outset, so maybe then, we'll just try and stall a little for time and ask for some details, and just try and, you know, sit down, see if we can talk to them about the history of the catacombs, the layout, more about the artifacts. Take up time.
Yep, that's fine. So, if you want to not necessarily roleplay that, but begin to kind of talk about it, I can
Wait.
give you some. Yep.
Suki gave me inspiration. Maybe I should re-roll that insight check. That's been ages. Don't mind me.
It's fine. Yes. We will
I
return to
have
the
a
other.
question.
Yes. Sorry.
So, when we were talking to them last session, when I offered my help and they immediately said something like, "Ah, yes, like, we'll need you on the front lines" or something, I'd like to go back to that conversation, remind them what they said, and ask, out of interest, if we were planning to perhaps help you in the future, we are also interested to know where exactly we may be traveling were we to help you with your war efforts. They've like explicitly talked about that a little bit, so
Yes. Let me just. Sorry, I'm just gonna get up my own map of Lukai. Well, it sounded as if that was not necessarily to your skill set, and we obviously wish to utilize your help as much as possible. But we are currently preparing to march on, I believe, Redwood Port and Gebbs Bridge are where our forces are massing, along with the other members of the Pantheon. Redwood Port would be very known to you. It is the northernmost point of the continent where both the Ironclad Alliance and Abaddon's Empire are. I can send this in chat. But also Gebbs Bridge is the only landmass that connects Dominus to any other preserve. It is one of the towns that belong to the Creditors Federation. And it is separated by sea from Abaddon's Empire. It's a slightly odd place. Redwood Port makes sense. Gebbs Bridge less so. It is geographically close, logistically difficult. Our troops are massing there and training. Okay. So, with that knowledge, you guys begin to talk details. I can go through a little bit of the layout of the catacombs. We'll return very quickly to Pod. Pod, as you open the door, this is the Archprelat's room. Inside, for a second, you're like confused. It's almost entirely bare. There is a single prayer mat in the center, a small sack which you you could look through if you wanted, and a tiny chest next to the prayer mat, which seems small enough for either a small trinkets or jewelry or papers. It's incredibly bare compared to the others.
Could I quick detect magic? Can I sense anything inside the room that may be alarmed, trapped, or anything that might be complicated?
Given the
Just a
enchantment
shot
on the
to the brain.
outside, you absolutely can. However, you might it's gauche or expensive to have multiple traps constantly maintained.
Okay.
DM, as an FYI, I'd probably enter the room at this point if Mercy's executed.
So, Mercy, as you're working along, you kind of, Arvis, you see Mercy walking towards you, and you kind of sneak in and go behind the door. Mercy, there's no one emerging from this door either.
If the door's open, I'll probably just go in.
Okay. I will say, Pod, as you walk over to the prayer mat and you kind of look around, you whip round, and I don't know if Mercy's trying to be stealthy.
No. I'm
No,
just a
you whip
servant
round and you
delivering
see a
food.
servant girl holding a tray of food.
He kind of double takes, looks at the servant girl, and in a very obviously fake accent that sounds absolutely nothing like what you heard him sound, would go, "You girl, you know you're not supposed to be in here."
Oh, sorry, sir. You ordered some late dinner.
I did, but I'll take it in my office. Go.
But you're in your
Kind of
office.
shooing motion.
Oh my god.
Yes. And then she'll just set down the tray and kind of scurry away. And I get a look at the office, like just quick, what's around, what's in it.
Same as the thing. You see a very bare room, a prayer mat, a chest, and you see Mr. Tobias Cole, the head steward, with an odd accent, standing over some of these items.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come out the room and then go to the next office along, maybe.
That's the High Canonesses. So, returning back, as Mercy leaves, Pod, what do you want to look through?
Pod turns around and he just, "Oh, it's me." And just before he even has an opportunity to kind of respond, he goes,
Oh, sorry.
"That was fucking weird. This place is like alarmed. No servants going to walk in. What's that?" I think we're in trouble. Quick!
I was
we
this
gotta be
fucking
fast."
close to slitting that girl's throat, man.
Like, he's not an idiot. The idea that he just dispelled magic to get into here, that this random servant girl would just follow him in and put some food down on the floor is just weird. It's really weird. It's sus.
Mate, I've seen
It
trips.
doesn't pass the vibe check.
I've seen trips and magical alarms before, mate. Oh, I didn't get that vibe. This was something worse in a way.
Right. And he gives Harvest guidance, and just quick, whatever you think's important.
But what? He says, heavy check for traps.
I mean, I'll do a quick detect magic in the room. Is there anything noticeable? I know you said that the chances are very low, but I have the spell slots and I want to choose them.
There is. Are you detecting magic?
Yeah.
There is a small aura, something inside the chest.
He points at the chest. Something slightly magical in there. Inside, though. Not outside.
Well, what kind of magic, mate? What kind of magic we talking, right?
What kind of magic?
2 seconds.
It's all right.
Let me Google the spell, and I will tell you the school. I forget that you. I'm gonna say
always
it has
intimidating.
a golden aura that indicates holy magic, because technically this doesn't have a school because it's a class feature.
It's
that
holy.
sounds nice.
I don't know. It's not.
Right.
It's not traps.
Mate, that's pussy magic. There's not going to be any problems here, mate. Any sorry about that. I didn't mean it like that, mate. What I meant was it's not going to cause us any troubles on the check front, usually. Not unless it's, Anyway. And DM, obviously, I don't see any traps while looking with a roguish eye. Roguish eye for the straight guy.
There are no traps in here. No.
Cool.
No traps here, sir.
All right. Well, let's bust this little doozy right open. And,
So-
yeah, DM.
So, opening the chest, there is a ring inside bearing the signet of the Immaculate Ecclesiarchy. It is magical. It is warm to the touch, and I will say that, based on kind of what you know, it is a ring that, when worn by a lawful character, they are under the effect of bless.
Chuck it, throw it out the window. It's useless.
it's fucking useless.
So is this where we all have to argue to the DM why our characters are in fact lawful?
are actually lawful?
It's not lawful good. It's lawful. You
Just
could be lawful evil.
I don't think I can argue lawful.
In
I think
the
I'm
sack,
lawful.
however, there's a couple of scraps of paper, and they're prayers, utterances, confessions. One thing, one letter. Pod, as you read it, you recognize a name. Praetor Ptolemy. And it makes you read it. Makes you take it out. And it says, "To his holiest archprelate, it brings me no joy to alert you to the fact that I believe Sovereign Arbiter intends to disrupt the delicate balance of Lukai. Her relationship to the Shard is one that goes beyond mere rulership, but one where she seeks to ascend as Lilith once did. I offer you Sakramar's full support in doing what we must to maintain the Primordial Pantheon's delicate balance on this plane."
You're like, this is very important. I feel like the notice is gone though.
All right. All right, mate. Well, we can. Remind me, are we looking for just like? Are we looking for actual hard proof? Aren't we? It's got to
Yeah.
be. So
Yeah.
we can't copy it. This has actually got to be. We've got to take the actual
Yeah, it's got to
thing.
be
Innit?
the proof.
Okay. Let me
Well,
review.
you probably.
Did you make a
I
perception?
mean,
Sorry, make an
Copy and
investigation.
if you
leave
did
it.
like,
For one more
you
piece
could
of
do an
information.
etching maybe.
Yeah.
Investigation.
Shall
I
I
have a +0
investigate as
to
well?
investigation, so I guess I will contribute with my flat 9. Not very useful.
There
I'll
is a
try it.
piece
An
of
investigation
paper.
from over here, do you?
Yeah, you can do it too. As a rogue.
Fucking do it. I'll take a D4 from my boy, my holy
You are
guy.
kind. I didn't give it to myself for a reason.
Oh, that's a natural 20, so that's 27
Oh,
plus
Yeah.
whatever you want.
You might get the 30.
Let's see, do we get 30? Yes, we do. We get 31.
There's a secret compartment.
Oh, we love those.
in the
Oh
back.
my
It opens it
God.
outside. There is a letter. Not yet sent. Half written. None of you read Brandon Sanderson, so that's fine. To Lord Dalinar Colin.
Bruh.
Lord of Kolinar. One of the members of the tribe,
Colin.
leaders of the tribes of the Flameblade Syndicate. The Praetor is asking for his assistance. A diversion of his troops, not to Redwood Port, but to Gebb's Bridge, with the intention of striking inward towards Dominus. Both of those things mean that the High Prelate has indeed, perhaps, not only is attempting to strike at Dominus and the High Sovereign, but is also enlisting others.
He kind of like pauses
And
Including the
using
Flameblade
Abaddon's war,
Syndicate.
and using Abaddon's war as a diversion to muster forces near Dominus.
uh, like where he thinks Arvis is near because he's still invisible, and he just goes, do I see any paper, pens, anything in this bare room? Like, obviously he's been writing, right?
No.
There's nothing, no paper or pens.
No, it's an incredibly bare
Ooh.
room, other than these items.
Can you
But
forge
Arvis has
these?
them on him.
Can you forge these? So they won't know they're gone.
Oh, right, mate. Fucking hell, I can forge it, man. I can. Bear with me 1 sec.
You know who is good at forging in the party?
Yes,
Unfortunately, a person who's not in this room.
Cool. Great. Mm. Yeah, so I can kind of like try and do what I did before. It's not true forging, it is like creating that visual appearance of text upon it.
Or you could just recreate.
I was about to say, like, I just need a steady hand to be able
I think
to
that,
write.
like, I'll say you guys are capable of that. So we will go to a break in a second. So Arvis, if you just want to recreate it with 3 black throws, I'll say that Arvis is spending his time writing these out. He doesn't need proof, just what was written. And we will take a break.
I would have. I mean, Pod would have given the 2 pieces of incriminating evidence to Arvis. Hold on to these. I'll buy you time. And Pod's gonna leave the room after leaving, giving him back the evidence. And happy to leave it there.
Okay, we'll leave it there, and we'll be back at 10 to 9. That's okay, Clue?
Glorious.
Sorry, I was arguing with chat about whether Dalinar is a femboy or not, but then he reads, so it's a womanly pursuit. Yeah.
Matt, do you read, Brandon? We'll talk about this separately, but one, Dalinar is not
reading
a femboy.
reading is a women's activity.
It is a womanly pursuit.
It was a deep.
That is true.
Deep
That is
comment.
very true. It is a womanly pursuit.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, break
But-
time. Yes. Thank
How dare you? How dare you insult Dalinar?
We say 10 to 9, but we're all going to be late because no one gets back from the break on time ever in this group. Goodbye.
Hello. So we are slightly missing Eski. So we shall return briefly to Quan and Casimir. You have been engaging Esmeralda Cannon and General Mordecai Thorne in some discussions about what is beneath. And they say to your knowledge, so they kind of impart to you that to their understanding, there is kind of, the entrance hall to the crypts. There is the Hall of the Honored, where there are statues, there are certain tombs and murals depicting heroic moments, heroes, and beyond that, there is a kind of guidance chamber where people can go to pray. Then there is the Chamber of Lost Relics, where that is where the relics are housed. And then beyond that, the Halls of Reflection. There are 5 layers of the crypts below, they believe. Neither of them have ever actually ventured there. But that is the layout that you are given. And then this is given to new, promising aspirants and initiates.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I suppose if there's any context on if there are any traps or security measures, if they know anything anything that would help us.
There are. It's considered a rite of passage, but it's more you are asked or required of tests of character, of honesty, of faith. And if you fail, the results aren't normally lethal. It's just you return empty-handed. So the fact that they haven't returned with the relics isn't unusual. Often people fail, but they return, if that makes sense. The fact that the group that has been sent hasn't returned is worrying.
Yeah, did they have any idea why?
They sent a search party already. It did not return, and at this point they are unsure about risking further. As such, it is wonderful that you have shown up.
Scary spooky.
Perfect. I'm so glad we're going to be put in a test of faith and honesty and all the things our party is really good at.
It's fine. We'll just send you in first. Pass everything.
Yeah,
Dude,
you
I
can
don't-
do everything.
I don't know who I am. Like, I've been
You're pure.
in the company of Tia for about a few months.
Well, then you can't lie because you don't know who
Honest.
you are.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, and innocent.
with that information, obviously with FCU back, Pod and others, with that, you think you found everything in this room. Mercy, you walk into the High Enchantress's, High Canoness's room, Esmeralda Stone, and you look around, and clearly, even to your eye right now, somebody fairly indelicately has been through this room. You see chests open, you see drawers left open. Right?
Surely we do it subtly. Surely the boys are leaving this in good.
Okay, well, I will tidy up.
Do you trust
A
Pod to be
master
able to do that?
thief.
I'm not
I-
a thief,
I'm-
Arvis, I do.
I didn't
Oh.
check anything.
Wait, who went in here? Sorry.
Arvis.
It wasn't
did
me.
that.
I walked in. found
Arvis,
Arvis
no,
and
sorry,
left.
I
didn't do
sorry.
anything.
My mistake. Arvis,
Sorry.
investigation check to hide your tracks. As somebody who I trust might
I'm
actually do this
glad, yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, it was. I promise you from the outset, Pod is under no delusion.
Because
that
we're
he's good
so
at
scuppered if
tasting.
they come back into their offices and it's clearly been looted and we're there upstairs like, oh, our friends are getting some air, tee
Hee.
Dirty 21.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, you walk in here and you look around. You don't see anything. You don't see evidence of movement. Arvis did a good job hiding their tracks.
Can I make a check?
Investigation. Yeah.
Can I do perception?
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate this. No, I got an 11.
Yep. You don't see shit.
Oh, lucky.
Okay. I will take out the sending stone in that case. And I'll just, I guess in my... It's telepathic, right? Sending?
Yes.
Or is it... Oh, no, it's words. Okay.
Speak
Fair enough,
words.
it's verbal.
I'll say to Arvis, like, how's it going? Are you still finding things? I've managed to make it upstairs. I'm looking
Queried
in.
him. How long have we
office.
actually been in here so far?
It's probably getting close to an hour. I'd say that as you're rummaging through, your stealth drops. You can now reply to the sending stone as well.
Arvis is, as Pod will notice, as Arvis is rummaging through bits, he'll sort of become visible, and you see from that naked feeling, all his fur sort of stands on end for a second, his eyes widen as he feels naked for a moment, and goes, "Hang on a minute." Pulls out the sending stone. "I've got Mercy on the line," and Arvis chimes in, Over, me old China, over."
Oh, but what?
We're doing this.
Hey.
You said you were over something.
This bloke's so fucking new, ain't he? Right, mate. Quick update. I think we've got everything we need. We're currently in, which room are we in, dear?
You guys are in the Arch Prelats room.
Arch Prolapse.
Arch Prolapse
Jesus.
is right.
Prelats.
Prelat.
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, pray, laugh.
Sorry, no, Arch Prolapse. That's what they call their leader.
No, don't prolapse. That's me.
You know what? Arvis probably missed the word. We're in the Arch Prolaces word place, mate. We're in the room right now. We're just finishing things up here. Where are you?
I'm in one of the offices, I think. I'm not quite sure. But be careful. There's the steward. He's walking around. He went into an office. He was looking really shifty.
Oh, fuck, mate. It's fucking bad news, because we got Pod here disguised as him as well, mate. Fucking bad to know he's on the scene.
Well, you need to pick a new disguise because the real one's coming.
All right. Well, wait. Which floor are you on, mate?
No, I'm on the second floor in the office. It says High Canoness on the door.
Well, fuck, mate. We're on the second floor, and Waze was in that office. It's just across the hall, isn't it?
Well, I saw her going into your office. rifle?
Ah, fucking white, mate. It's us, you cunt. You daft cunt, mate.
What are you talking about?
Entirely valid discussion. Honestly.
Mate, I just told you. Pod, he's disguised as the bloke. It's us you couldn't see. We've just come in here.
How did you know that there's not the real one walking around?
Because he's
Just tells you,
standing right
"What's going
next to
on?"
me. And he gives like a Pod a little elbow in the ribs. Because he's standing right next to me, mate. And we's in the fucking room.
I'll stick my head out the door and look at the other office, Jamie.
The door's still closed. We haven't opened the door.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it
you
is in
can-
plain sight.
Can I sneak up to the other office?
Yeah. So what you're hearing is you turn in and you see Arvis there now, plainly, and Tobias Cole standing next to him.
Okay. If I see Arvis there with Tobias Cole,
You've not told us you're in disguise, so we probably are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you not mentioned you're in disguise, have you?
No, I
Did
haven't
you say you're
mentioned that.
coming?
No,
No, you didn't say you're coming.
I sneak up. I sneak up.
You
I
just
sneak up.
freeze and like look at you and like I feel like no one would say anything until I told you I told you to go away. Shoot, what do you come back for?
Odd. Is that you?
That's fucking mercy, mate.
It's me. It's Mercy.
Wait, close the door. Close the door.
Okay, I go in.
You are now very aware of each other, and this weird rigmarole can end.
Chuckle brothers have arrived.
Get out.
We found the evidence. We found everything we need. Body, Arvis is, or maybe you can help him. Arvis, we're trying to make copies of the letters so they don't notice that they're gone. And then we gotta get the fuck out of here.
I gotta head back. I was meant to be delivering. Wait, you told me to leave the fuck.
We can take it back. Don't leave it here.
I gotta take it back. They're probably expecting me, and they'll probably send someone looking. I can only play the dumb squire for so long.
I don't know. I'll take the tray then. I can't leave it here.
No, I'll take the tray, but I gotta go back. Are you okay here?
Right. Yeah, I think we're all right. I think we are.
Okay. Do you think you can?
We're
Do you think you can?
We're okay.
Do you still think you can go to the residences?
Did we discuss going to the another floor and doing even more
No.
crime?
No.
I thought we did discuss it. We did, but
Am I wrong?
yeah, okay.
I don't think
I
it's
think you're
necessary.
I
at
think
this
we
point.
did discuss it last session. We all did discuss it.
Yeah, but we kind of
out
got what we
character as the
need.
plan we made. For the
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
We discussed
no.
them maybe hiding loot chests under their beds.
I'm not gonna lie.
But I think
I'm almost out of gas. I wouldn't be able to make it up there.
the situation is getting a bit dire. Casimir tried to read this guy's mind, and then they went outside and talked.
Yeah, rub it in.
And
Oh,
I think the jig might be up, so we gotta hurry back.
back.
Well,
You gotta get there.
I've got to hurry back because I'm the squire. And Pod, they know you were here, so you should probably come back with me.
That's not a terrible idea, actually. Office, you alright taking care of yourself?
I'll be fine, mate. But can everybody just calm the fuck down for a second?
We're committing.
This is Pod's first heist. He
We're
is
committing
shitting
so many
bricks.
felonies. If we get caught here, we will be executed.
Nah, mate.
I wish you
Fucking
didn't remind
calm.
me of that.
Nah.
Okay, I
Office.
got
What are we
to
talking about, mate? What are we talking about?
Pod,
you
let's
sound
go.
like you've got this. Let's get the fuck out of here. I guess Pod would leave in the same disguise along with the servant girl, and I guess we'll try and make our way downstairs.
I'll be
And
squire.
Arbus would.
Wait, so
would-
sorry, go on. Yeah, no. How's Arvis
I was
getting
gonna
down?
say-
Just
Arbus would request. You ain't got any fucking visibility left for me, mate. Big smile, lots of golden copper teeth.
I can't give invisibility to other people. It's only myself.
You can do, right?
I don't
Oh,
think so.
that's your ability.
It's a
right,
firebolt
okay.
passive. It's
Unless you
not
have
a-
it as a spell. Right, cool.
I
cool,
don't
cool,
think I
cool.
have invisibility as a spell. I'm 99%
I will offer
sure.
you a stick of incense as a sorry.
I can't do that kind of magic.
Well, all right, mate. Well, don't worry
But
about it. You know,
if
not
you,
a
if
lot
you
of us
happen to
perfect.
die, I can probably bring you back as long as we have a diamond.
Right, so if I can jump from here 20 fucking stories, mate, and land it on my neck, you could help me out, right?
As long as it's within a pretty fast amount of time. So, give us the heads up. That's where you're going to be.
Just sneak out the back.
Right.
There's a servant's entrance, Arvis. Just be quick.
Sneak out the back, mate. That's going to the ground floor. It's fucking busy down here, mate. It's fucking sleepy town up here, I can tell you.
Fine. Then jump out the window.
Yeah,
I think
Isn't
I
that how
might,
you came in?
actually.
Odd, we really have to go. They could be being tortured. Or worse,
Who?
they could read their minds.
that would be really bad. All right, let's
That
get the
would be
fuck out of here.
terrible. Let's go.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
So
Meanwhile, upstairs, we're having a nice tea and discussing crypt
Yeah, having a lovely tea
layouts and
party. They're telling you everything that we needed to know.
talking about faith and righteousness and for the good of Lakai,
And a
blah,
new
blah, blah.
quest.
So, Arvis is how are you? Describe to all three what you look like as you get down the stairs.
I'm the squire.
So I guess he would have turned back to the squire if it was in a place where no one's going to turn around and be like, "Hey, you, why are you there?" He obviously, as soon as he's out of anywhere that seems particularly restricted, he will go back to Podrick. After like I said, a couple of seconds of changing, he's going to go back to Podrick the Quiet. He definitely wouldn't remain as Tobias any longer than he has to.
Okay. So, you get out as you get outside. You could probably where you are right now. This is the time to change, as it were. Like either in the office or
Yeah.
immediately afterwards. But like,
Yeah.
So you're all disguising yourselves or invisible.
Is Albus with us?
I think
I was going to go out the window, actually.
Yeah, I think Albus is going a separate route.
Okay.
There
So-
were gargoyles out there before, right? Like,
Yeah, that
but you got
didn't-
past Kazimbiz.
Right. Thanks for the reminder.
But was that on a certain floor? Did you?
Maybe if you
I don't
just
know.
make a run for it, like, you'll be able to lose them?
Can you sneak around? Or can you
That
just
sounds-
sneak through the building and just get down to the ground floor? We can gaslight them, be like, oh, he was with us the whole time. Huh?
I mean, I can disguise self. I do have the ability to do that.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
easy.
Okay.
With my meager 2 spell slots, I can do this. I was just hoping to dive out the window and then feather fall at the last second.
Okay. So I will say, Arvis, if you want to make an acrobatics and a stealth check to attempt to escape that way, both of you will need a performance check from Pod and Messi to try to escape.
And I have advantage
Uh,
because I am literally the other person.
Yes, both of you do.
What do you mean, literally? What?
You're
Because I'm a
pretending to.
changeling.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna give myself guidance for this. Performance. I'm performing as a mute today, and I am going to. That is going to be a solid 11.
Okay, 11. Sure.
19.
19. Massey, you make your way through. Pod, you're described as a serving girl, right?
No, I think if he's gone back to being the useless squire,
Reggie.
I'd probably go back to being Podrick the silent and just try and make my way out basically.
Okay. Pod, as you with an 11, as you walk out, you see both. You're walking down the stairs, Messi. You manage to scamper away. You are safe. You are gone. But General Thorn and High Canoness and Quan and Casimir make their way outside and see your companion.
Ah,
He
there
just
you
kind of
are.
pauses and gives a very penitent bow.
Your lordship, Oh, it's great to... Oh, Master Quan. Oh, I'm so sorry about earlier. I brought you some refreshments and a snack from the kitchen, but I'm sorry, I got a bit lost on the way, and actually on the way back.
Hot the silence says
How do
nothing.
you two react?
I begin to question if you're up to your job description, Reggie. How is Quan to enact the light of Tyr and all his goodness in Lakai if you can't even fetch him a glass of water to keep him hydrated as he does so?
Well, Master Casimir, you know that I'm not so good with them city stuff.
With anything.
It gets me all turned. I'm much better with his horse and carrying his packs and stuff. I'm more of a practical kind of lad.
Reggie,
And I can always learn.
you can learn, but you're not suitable for where we are next. The High Canoness is here, right? And the General?
Yeah.
I feel we must return to our inn where our actual fighting companions are located, Quan. I feel we would benefit from asking Odd and Arvus mercy for their support in our delve into the catacombs. I fear Reggie and Podrick just won't cut it.
I would agree. We will talk about this later. He tries to sound threatening, but he doesn't really sound very mean at all. He's just kind of like, we'll talk about this later, Reggie. Kind of like a sort of parent rather than...
His brow is like slightly furrowed.
He kind of crosses his arms.
Reggie
Very
looks very
well.
downcast, like, oh, okay.
Well, as I'm said, I'm sorry we got off on such a suspicious foot.
As am
There
I.
is much good that can be done in the world together, I'm sure.
Yes, I do. Please accept my most humble apologies for my brash actions earlier. I look forward to our partnership. We shall return when to delve into the catacomb? As soon as possible, I imagine, would be your preference. Should your missing delegates still live?
As I said, I am not naive enough to hold out much hope on that end, but if there are nefarious forces beneath this most sacred place and within those tombs, I would like them to be dealt with swiftly. So, by tomorrow evening, you'll report back.
We shall. Thank you
Good.
for your time. I look forward to it, rather. I love a good catacomb.
Thank you. Pod the Silent. What was your name? Pod the Silent?
Podrick.
Podrick the Silent. Casimir. Quan. Squire. I'll see you soon. Yes?
The High Canoness has just addressed you, Reggie. Please bow. Your respect.
I grovel. I grovel sufficiently, or as well as I can.
And I
Do I,
suppose...
do I feel like a pressure to like be mean to Pod? Is Casimir giving me like the side eye?
No, I think he's adopted the stern parent thing. So like he's the mean dad and Kwana's the nice mum. Like he's kind of taken it upon himself to be mean to the squire.
Oh.
Because that would be beneath Quan, you know? He's mean so Quan doesn't have to be. So are we free to go, DM? Do they just let us walk out of here?
Yeah. They'll let you walk out of here.
Sick.
All 5 of you, I guess.
I guess we leave.
You're all welcome to leave. You have been given your mission, and you get outside and you look back and take a breath, I suppose, and think about how you want to proceed. But you can all perhaps, I'll say, time skip ever so slightly, you will return to the Raven's Roost to discuss your findings and the mission you have been given.
And I reckon we like detect magic the room and make sure we're not followed, watched, blah blah blah. And Casimir's very like, okay, we have a thing to talk about. What did you find? Did you get the evidence? Where are they going? Who are they attacking?
He goes to reach into his pocket. Oh, we found it! Wait, I give it to Arvis. Where's Arvis?
How
Yeah,
did
what
Arvis
did
get
you
out?
find?
We found a letter.
Arvis
In the high-
Arvis's rolls. Sorry, your performance. Sorry, your stealth and your acrobatics check. Yes, thank you.
Cool.
He does. Oh no, he doesn't have. You don't have guidance. I'm sorry. Let's give it to yourself.
Yeah, I can give it to myself at this point. All right. Acrobatics or athletics. You jump. Athletics is you jump on unusually long distance or pull off a stunt mid jump.
Yes. You're trying
Fucking
to
do that, man.
escape quickly and stealthily, which I'm going to ask for this.
All right, cool. So let's roll. So, okay, that's nice. That's looking nice. Let's fucking roll. All right, come on, baby. That's a 22 athletics check there.
22. Yeah, no, easy. No problem. You are capable of escaping this, but I am going to ask for a stealth check to see if you get noticed.
Cool. So stealth, I'm going to use guidance on this bad boy before he goes. It is 7. Wow, 28 without bits, plus a D4. And that is fucking 32, cunt. Jesus, mate.
Yeah, Arvis, you stealthily, dexterously escape through the window you came through, leaving behind relatively little evidence. The gargoyles this time don't even notice, and as you all reconvene, Arvis is already there.
Can I
sitting
give
down.
it a little bit of sauce? Can I give it a little bit of
Yeah,
sauce?
of course, always.
I'll just give it a little bit of this. So yeah, fucking Arvis, mate, goes to the window. And he gets not a huge run up to the jump, but before he's even out the window, he's head down vertically, arms tucked in, just bombing it down towards the ground, wrapped in his cloak, and his cloak sort of rippling as he goes down. You can hear it flapping as he goes down, tearing towards the ground at breakneck speed. And at the last moment, you see him pull out what looks to be a couple of magnets and crush them together. A couple of sparks in his hand. Featherfall, at last second, comes into a nice smooth descent at the last second.
You look round. You kind of smile to yourself a little bit, like, still got it. And as you all return, Arvis, whatever victory pose, whatever is Arvis's happy place, as you return to the Raven's Roost, Arvis is smoking a pipe, drink in hand, whatever that looks like, and you take a breath. You know that didn't go perfectly, but you at least have some information, some of you some serious information to impart to each other, and a mission to ingratiate yourself, should you choose, to the Ecclesiarchy. No, so passing it back to you. You are alone. You are together. Go.
So, the letters. What did they say?
Show them the letters. Show them the letters.
Do we have evidence?
Arvis goes,
we have evidence.
Man, well, he's got the full fucking works right here in this era. Puts his hand in. This, and he goes to another pouch. And no, it's right fucking here, mate. Oh, mate, fuck. Mate. Fuck, mate. Oh.
Of course, you do have the letter.
Your fucking face.
Well, like,
well, very funny. Give it to me.
Yeah, it's right here. Slaps on the table, spreads it out.
He like immediately hovers over it.
Pipe.
Kind of reads it, looks up, reads again, looks up. You're fucking kidding me.
We left kind of like duplicates, so that they shouldn't notice they're gone. I hope.
You did that, really? Master thieves, well done. This is kind of like holds it up like it's, like it's Simba in The Lion King, and he's just like, this is it. We have so much power in this piece of paper. I don't even know where to begin. What the fuck do we do with it?
Well, perhaps you can recount what happened to you after Odd and I left you with the high whatever.
Canoness, yes, in the general. It was good, actually. It was fine. I maybe made things a little harder than they ought to have been, but no matter. They have a suggestion through which we can earn their trust, should we so wish, which we have tentatively accepted. They've requested we delve beneath their ziggurat into the catacombs to seek out some missing acolytes of theirs who are sent to retrieve artifacts of war, which I imagine they are intending to point, if not at Abaddon, then at Dominus. But of course,
certainly
it's
seems.
probably nice for Quan to do, no? I like a good catacomb as much as the next necromancer, so I'm pretty on side.
What, you mean unpaid labour?
Well, who would I be paying?
It seems that we also have a decision to make about the patron we would like to favour us. On the one hand, the God, what? I've forgotten her name.
Sovereign Arbiter Lysandra Valtorin, I believe.
Nice and easy.
So, the Sovereign Arbiter, Valtorin, has asked us for the very proof that we now hold, proof that the Ecclesiarchy intend to declare on Dominus. And the Ecclesiarchy would no doubt like our assistance and our silence in their upcoming war. I don't think we can have both in this situation.
Right. Here's the thing. I'm interested in seeing Ptolemy dethroned. His war on Dominus furthers his goals. I would like to see that interrupted.
I will say that as of characters of a certain intelligence, it is perhaps interesting to those of you who would think this way, that you have heard so far that when in the conversations between Lady Montague and the Sovereign, it appeared that Ptolemy, the High Praetor, were allies. Here he is specifically directing the Ecclesiarchy's ire towards his ally.
Right, he's
There are
double
clearly some
crossing.
games at play. Yes.
Yeah. So I suppose Casimir's going to land on like. So really, I want to see his downfall. But out of all of this, who is his true enemy? Is he selling out Dominus? Is the shard his goal? Why would he need the shard? He has all the blood magic reservoir. Assumedly, he's collected. What is he doing with it? Do we tell the Sovereign Arbiter that her ally has betrayed her and is after her shard? But in doing so, we would put ourselves, well, against the Ecclesiarchy. We're already against Sacramar, so that doesn't change, but potentially... Was there something about the Flameblade Syndicate as well, being on side with the war?
So it's that clearly, I think this for you, this is more confirmation that the Ecclesiarchy have, quote unquote, bought it, that they are attempting to elicit allies and divert efforts from the war effort versus Abaddon, specifically to aid them in striking at Dominus.
I mean, if we sided with Dominus, we'd be enemies of the entire northeastern... Well, all of the northeast of Lakai, really. An entire section of the globe would become our enemy. We can't do that.
No one save Abaddon could win an open war against the Ecclesiarchy.
Let alone the Ecclesiarchy and Sacramar and the Flameblade Syndicate together. I mean,
together,
Puck would be fighting Thezrin.
It would take the Archon Council, and it did, to halt such a coalition.
It. Well, as Dominus
Hold on,
just
so
fucked.
this Ptolemy guy. So is he's Sekramar, and he is trying to, and you think he's almost like counting on his fingers as he's trying to figure this out. So he's trying to go to war with Dominus, but he's telling the ecclesiarchy that he's going somewhere else? I'm not sure I understand.
No, Ptolemy is seemingly allied with Dominus and is double-crossing them and orchestrating a war against Dominus with his allies, the ecclesiarchy, and the Flame. So he's instigating a war against his own ally in Dominus.
Yeah. That's cold.
It is cold, and knowing he's been conducting blood magic rituals for over a decade, one has to ask why. Does anyone know?
What did he say about the shard thing again?
What did the letter say about the shard?
The her alliance with the shard goes beyond normalcy.
So he's noticed that the sovereign arbiter has a keen interest.
Sorry. Her like ownership or rulership of the shard goes beyond normalcy. Alliance is a strong word.
So they've noticed that she's acting sus around the shard, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apologies, Casimir Pod. You said that the praetor is cold. Is this a literal thing, or did you mean
No, like
something
cold-blooded, like
Like a lizard.
like an evil lizard.
Like an
And-
evil
and
lizard, yeah.
And this this kind of metaphor, is it positive or negative?
Generally negative, unless you like it,
Callous.
you know.
He's callous, is what I'm saying.
I see. Okay, it's cold. That was a cold move. Okay, I think I understand this.
Yes, and one's behaviour is described as cold if you're a little aloof, so you could probably have called me cold when we first met. You probably still could.
So it also means callous and aloof, but in different circumstances.
Different circumstances.
Okay.
Uncaring.
Casimir reads a lot of books. I trust his opinion on this one.
I do.
And is it very offensive? If I were to say that someone is cold, would it be a great slight?
Not very offensive. It's probably, I don't know, ranking from no insult at all to insulting their mother or close relative. It's probably medium tier.
I know a few blokes who would say it as a compliment.
I get the feeling you don't know any good people, Arvis.
No, some great fucking blokes, mate.
Okay, maybe we can discuss it a bit later. I'm not sure I quite understand
The politics of Lucaia and what exactly is going on, other than Casimir's natural aversion to the arbiter, to the high praetor, it's difficult to work out. Perhaps where you would be a more pressing question would perhaps be: are you going to assist them? Are you going to try to earn their trust?
Well, if we go
Yes.
into the catacombs, we are helping them get weapons of war. However, also I'm rather hoping in exchange we'll get some blood magic information. I assume
Perhaps
they know
this is-
something.
Perhaps this is time where you can reveal the acquisition they are making as to mind shield requisitions for their army. Remember, they are buying
Oh,
basically
yeah.
minor versions of charms that will help you gain that information last session. Given
Wait,
your own
okay,
research,
but out of
it's obvious they're
character.
expecting to go against it.
Why? They are going to war with Sakramar as their allies. And Sakramar is where the blood mages presumably are. So does that mean that Dominus also has a thriving blood magic culture?
They've got a lucrative I bet they've got a lucrative arrangement with Sakramar to provide them with blood magic.
Yeah, so
We've always wondered where it's going.
Yeah.
So Sakramar is providing Dominus blood magic, and at the same time telling the Ecclesiarchy to fight Dominus, thinking that Dominus has the blood magic. So what's he hoping for? Is it like mutual destruction? Like, who does he want
He's
to win
hoping to
out
kind
of
of
that?
sneak in and use the blood magic and.
Yeah.
Hasmus sort of folds his hands at this and says, "We can't tell what Ptolemy's objective is. Is it to gain control of the Shard? Is it that the attackers in the Ecclesiarchy and the Flameblade Syndicate are laid waste by his own blood magic army loaned out to Dominus? We have no idea what his intentions are. Perhaps we ought
A tricky bloke.
Perhaps we ought look into that ourselves."
But Kazumi, you said that we were potentially finding something out about blood magic by venturing into the crypts of the Ecclesiarchy.
Yes, I think we should do that. I do believe, both for the sake of Quan getting closer to Tyr and for us potentially learning something. 5 holy relics won't turn the tide of a war. Let's be honest.
Depends
Fuck
how
it.
powerful they are.
I think they were no small part of the absolute calamitous victory of the Ecclesiarchy over the Academia.
If we get down there and we decide the relics are... maybe they've gotten lost in whatever's happened to the people who went down there to retrieve them. Maybe there are no relics left. We don't need to give the Ecclesiarchy the relics. We could leave them down there.
So you're talking about stealing?
No, I'm not talking about stealing them. I'm implying we don't necessarily need to retrieve them. Our mission is to find out what happened to the missing men.
We already may have taken their ring.
Just ordinary men. Sorry.
Oh.
Just
You did what?
Officer, and
Arvis and we found a ring.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit, unfortunately, but if anybody would like to take a look at it, you're more than welcome to.
So the ring bestows bless upon a lawful character who wears it at all times. So clearly Arvis has no use for it. But if you are a lawful character, good or evil or neutral, you might find some use in this ring.
And frankly, I'm feeling generous, so, we can talk prices.
Hang on, Arvis. You're talking about selling a ring that you stole and doesn't belong to you, that you stole from Men of Tyr.
No, we shouldn't sell it. Don't sell it.
That's
I
not.
don't know if it's from Tyr blokes, mate. It was in a chest with some letters about starting a war or something, mate. So, I don't really know about all that.
Have we do we know the nature of this ring somehow?
Yeah, you've identified it, basically.
Oh, okay. I mean, we just need one of us who is lawful. They wear it, and it's quite powerful, actually. Maybe don't, show them that we have it.
What does
I'm sorry about this.
lawful? What does lawful mean? Abide by the law, or has a code of honor, has a code of conduct?
Well, here's the thing. If you are in fact lawful, you will not take the ring, you will return the ring. So in fact, I think anyone who could potentially wear it, it is also worthless, because if you were to give it to me, Arvis, I would return it.
That's such a lawful viewpoint of you, Quan. Perhaps you should wear the ring.
Yeah, but
Or
he's just going to
perhaps
give it back.
you should return it.
No, I just feel
because
like if
then
we
they would know we were in their top secret international
see, there's a bit of a
conflict
problem,
chest.
Quan. If we give the ring back, as Kesme is saying, they will know that we were in there and that we took their stuff, which probably is not what we want.
Not just in there, in
Well-
the chest containing letters inciting war.
Well, Pod, perhaps you should have thought of that before you took the ring.
We're ring bearers now.
I think
It is-
ultimately, I agree. You are correct, but I have, we did take the ring, and now we're in this position.
So let's carry it with us. Mercy, you think about the laws of the world and fate and shit. You have it.
Actually, yeah, he is technically
Okay.
quite awful. Actually,
That's pretty lawful, right?
I take it and I put the ring on.
Are you a lawful
Yeah,
character?
mate, that'll
Mercy?
just be 4,000 gold, is all,
Well, yeah, 2 points. 1, do you pay harvest? And 2, are you a lawful character? Mercy?
No, I absolutely don't. And 2, I think I am.
I far be it for me to deny that until you do something to the contrary.
I think
So
I
you can
am.
roleplay amongst yourselves, but for now,
Mercy's a
Mercy,
lawful
you're under the effects
character.
of bless.
I think Mercy's lawful.
yeah,
I think I am a
Mercy is
lawful in a
lawful.
kind of
We've it is that what shall be. It's
like
the
the
laws
definition of
nature,
lawful neutral.
laws of destiny.
Like,
I think I'm moving away from lawful neutral, but I think I still am.
what would you become though? Lawful good? Lawful
Yeah.
Neutral.
You're moving towards like principle, though, right? So
You're
good.
still lawful neutral, I guess. I don't know. It depends on the definition of lawful, right? I mean, it's a
I
good
mean,
point.
I
Is
definitely
it
do lawful.
I
based on
definitely
your
do
own?
follow the I did follow the directive of the weavers and the weave.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff,
very
so-
lawful neutral. It's just the question is whether, like, once you begin to follow a more personal principle, does that still count?
I think
I'll say for now, certainly.
for
Yeah,
now,
that's
yeah,
deep.
but moving away from it, I would say maybe. But anyway, I
I
just put
must
it on
say
it, and if I
that,
feel,
there you go.
then I'll be like, oh, well,
I know.
do.
Everyone loved the alignment system.
It is.
And I guess if
Confusing.
it works, then I kind of take it off again. Well, it seems to imbue whatever the power of this ring. It seems to work on me, but I'm not quite
Perfect.
sure of the requirements of this magic. So, Arvis, here you go.
Well, I appreciate that, mate. I do understand. Some of you think I'm not a lawful individual, but I would beseech you to reconsider. I'm a deeply lawful man. I live by a very strict code, of course. And he's teetering with a ring on his finger.
Do you
Do
feel
you?
its blessings?
Yeah, it's fucking warm, mate.
Insight check.
Insight check.
I don't know, DM. What do I feel?
Are you a lawful character?
Via the alignment system in the traditional sense, probably not. Or, however,
Then
Arthas
it's-
believes himself to be lawful and live by a very specific code.
In the interpretation of this ring, let's go with no. It just feels slightly warm to the touch.
And he's going to go, Arthas goes, yeah, feels fucking warm, mate. I don't think it's recognition enough from peace such as this. You know. Thief's got to live by a code, mate. You can't just be, otherwise you're a
All
fucking
right.
burglar or some kind of little, you know.
I thought
scab.
thieves. I once heard a thief tell me that rules were just more like guidelines.
Then actual rules.
Ah, mate.
A thief or a pirate? Like...
Same thing. Mercy.
Water.
Arvis necks his drink and takes a huge rip of his of his pipe and steps up onto a chair. Puts one hand behind his back and blows a big smoke in everyone's face and goes,
A thief, mate, is bound by a code. Number one,
Oh, here we go.
forsake your relatives, mate. Mother, father, brother, sisters. Nah, fucking do away with it, mate. Cut it. Rule number 2, never have family of your own, except a lover is allowed under the thief's code, of course. Never under any circumstances do a good day's work, no matter how difficult life brings. Live only by the means gleaned from a thieving life. Number 4, help other thieves, both by moral and, coin, material support. It's all good, mate. That's point number 4. Number 5, keep secret information about the whereabouts of accomplices. No fucking snitching, right? That one's easy to remember. I can go on if you do care to listen. Any thieves among us today, I might ask?
I feel like I live
On-
by most of those rules, to be perfectly honest, so sure,
On
sign
your
me up.
criteria, Arvis, I would say that you don't meet any of those. You selflessly saved the
mate.
Stormlands without any kind of illicit or rule breaking, and without any thievery.
Well, fucking
involved.
paid, mate. Nah,
You
I took,
did more than a
there's
hard day's
There's
work.
a few confessions to make.
More than one hard day's work over the
I'd
course of
say
our journey.
I put the work in, but I wouldn't say it's an honest day's work, if you know what I mean, mate.
You took no lovers and almost consider us as family. And you have several friends right here. So I'm not quite sure what part of that code you're adhering to. You haven't snitched on us, I suppose. I do know that one.
Yeah, well, not yet. Which reminds me.
You better go snitch on us with the
Yeah, that's
Federation.
I would
So,
say
It is, of
Your
course-
minds perhaps drift back to whether or not you're going in the crypts.
I think it's a yes, right?
I think
We're
we
going
are.
to the crypts. We're
Yeah.
going to. So long as we are back and out and safe for the circus, let's go to the fucking crypts. All I'd be doing is more work on blood magic and finding Merkelites anyway, so.
Well, yeah, I can do a bit of crypting, mate, but I'll be direct with you. Why don't we fucking celebrate the successful heist right here tonight and goes tomorrow?
No, I fully agree. You've done truly excellent work.
I believe that one of the relics of war they keep is a sword of an angel. So that would be something to see, at least, even if we gain nothing else.
I'm rather hoping we could ask if perhaps they might consider Quan as one of their heralds of war and might consider giving an artifact or two to him to empower our missions. But let's see what's down there and if anything really speaks to you, my friend Paladin.
Well, we can see.
Well, I will not be able to agree to stealing any of these relics. I hope you understand that. And I still don't agree to, Arvis, your thievery of this ring. In fact, I beseech you to return it at all costs, but I suppose that's something that we can talk about later.
Well, did you say all costs, mate? Now, if I was to go back now and rats you all out with an apology and hoping for a slap on the wrist at all costs, as you're willing to sell everybody out here, is that what you... Big rep, is that what you're telling me, mate?
What did you
Give the
just
game
what did you
away.
just ask? Did you say if you went and gave an apology, what did you say?
He was insinuating that under all circumstances, you said, or any cost or whatever, he should go back right now and give the ring in, expect a slap on the wrist, and rat everybody out here about stealing the ring and the heist altogether.
Well, I don't think that that would be a smart move, but I think returning the ring at some point would be the honest thing to do.
Arvis, remember that they
So
can't
what
tell
is
when
we
you're
doing,
lying.
mate?
Like,
Well,
they're
question
literally
for
always notice when you're lying.
trick is, mate, never get in a situation where you've got to answer questions, eh?
Just don't let them see the ring and we're fine.
Perhaps, Arvis, you could give the ring to me, and I could tell them that a friend of mine, I caught them stealing it. It's not a lie, and we would be returning it to them.
I still feel like they, considering where the ring came from,
It is.
they would
It
know
is.
that we might have access to the letters.
They would be desperate to hunt down that friend of yours and probably flay them alive for the knowledge they held.
I really
You
think
are just-
Quan, I understand, but like,
could just return the ring to the chest if you're really fancying Heist Part 2. We could workshop that. We could sleep on it, maybe drink on it first, relax this evening, sleep. Catacombs tomorrow, go on a journey of self-reflection as we do our good deed for Tyr in the tombs, and then see how we're feeling at the end of it. Maybe we'll feel so burdened by all the things we'll have gained from the tombs we just won't need the ring, and we'll feel quite happy to leave it. That's a problem for another day, but for now, it's a heist well done. I
Hans'
can't.
eyes are not
I like
leaving
that pen.
Arvis, and his arms are crossed.
Now, look, I can't pay
Arvis.
drinks because I've spent all my money paying off acolytes of Merkel in the city, but if anyone else will buy a round, then
Wait, what?
let's talk about that later.
No.
And I guess
What
we'll
do you mean?
celebrate. He just won't answer. He just laughs. He just laughs about silly old bone men, and we celebrate.
We're going to talk about this later.
Sure, fine. Sue
But
me
we
for
are
wanting
going
to
to talk
find.
about this.
Sue me for wanting to find my people.
They're not
People
your
are not
people.
Merkelites.
You've not even met them.
They might be my people. I have not met my
They're
people
bad
yet.
people. They're
We
bad,
don't
bad
know
people.
that. They're just necromancers,
I know that.
Pod. How do you know a necromancer's a bad person? Maybe they're raising skeletons for good. Maybe they're putting the bones to productive efforts. You can't judge their character because of their profession, Pod. You can't.
Also, it doesn't actually matter whether they're good or bad. They serve a purpose within the weave. What we don't want is your neck being snapped by the Archon Noctivale for consorting with them.
Maybe I'm investigating them so I can tell her about them later. I've not yet decided. But I do know that perhaps it is a way for me to advance myself in my own field. Maybe I want to plunder their secret knowledge. Maybe I want to further my own ends and then get rid of them. I'm not about to bow down to Merkel the Bone Man. I find bones quite short-sighted, to be honest. There's so much to necromancy beyond just bones. I mean, what a waste of time. Heavens.
Have you ever considered just like, a different profession or hobby? Maybe
No.
like an author or like a journalist.
How boring, no.
Is this what you've been doing all week?
No, I mean, I've been researching into blood magic. I've been pondering ways to shield ourselves. I've been working on a few solutions of my own, which perhaps I might so see fit to show you. But, yes, I have been spending time attempting to find Merkelites. For reasons I have not quite yet decided upon. I shall reserve my judgment until I meet them.
Perhaps you could do us the courtesy before you go to a potential meeting. Let one of us know, but not others. And
Well, he won't snitch. He's a thief.
Take some, but he won't give you the exact kind of counsel that I'm hoping the rest of us would.
So I should...
Which is don't go. Just
So I
don't
should-
go.
You're telling me I should select my counsel based on what I do or don't want to hear. Doesn't that sort of sound like a pointless exercise? If I'm seeking counsel, maybe I should just seek an unbiased source or a source where I won't know the response.
We can simplify this and just, don't talk to the Merkelites. That's always a very good option.
I hear your advice,
in
and
most aspects of life.
I hear it. I'm ignoring it. Let's have some drinks.
So, discussions rage about the goodness or evil of Casimir's actions for perhaps several hours. You
Yes.
have resolved to help.
Yes.
Go to the crypts beneath.
Dungeon crawl
Is there anything
time.
anybody wants to talk about beneath before you go to the dungeon crawl?
When's the circus?
Might buy a 10-foot pole.
We don't want to miss the circus.
You can definitely buy a 10-foot pole.
Genius 10-foot pole is yes. I'll take a 10-foot pole. This is like
The 10-foot pole
this is
to all
gonna
take
show
10.
up at the ziggurat
is
with
the
poles.
Hitchhiker's Guide towel is like the utilitarian item.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Like-
buy a bridge that's actually made of feathers and
Stop.
Oh, Jamie.
Jesus.
You want that to fade from memory. You
This will never
don't. You
not be funny.
don't want to bring that one up.
It's a bridge
That's
made
on
of feathers.
And
It's
it
gonna
rotates
spin in a dimension
and
that's really
hinges.
unclear.
The bridge made of feathers. Oh my god.
And you need to counterbalance it with other feathers.
Fucking
Because,
hell.
So it
guys,
doesn't
what
spin,
do-
but we can't figure out which direction it spins in. It just spins in a
Oh,
direction.
there's a magical feather. When you step on the bridge, it spins. Oh, maybe the magical feather has a weight to it.
You
It was the
obviously
paint
have to
diagram.
counterbalance it with magical feathers.
It was the
so
like paint
bamboozled by that.
drawing.
Anyway, DM,
Of, like,
I assume your puzzles
railway
are
tracks.
more sensible this time on this dungeon crawl. Promise us there'll be no
Magical
bridges made
bridge.
of feathers, and we will happily dungeon crawl when the paladin
No, they're
plays.
actually a bridges made of bones this time.
Oh, sick.
That's-
Do they
could
rotate?
really
that's all right.
understand
We
that.
can work with that.
I can do
You could
bones.
probably understand that.
I get bones. Yeah. I have no meaningful. I have no DMCs I want to have with the party, but
Before you embark, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to discuss? Or we will proceed to you guys going to help or assist the ecclesiarchy in recovering their war relics. Cool.
Do it.
Yep.
Unless Quan is going to force Arvis to return the ring, although Mercy is currently wearing it, right?
Oh no, I gave
Nope.
it back to
Albus
Albus.
is wearing it.
It is on offer, of course, if anybody is lawful. They are ready.
I mean, I'll take it if you offer it
open
back
to
to
wear it.
me.
Yeah, Arvis will, as we'll walk out of the room, slip it into your pocket and go, "You look after that for us, Simon."
Okay. As its custodian, I'll obviously return it to you whenever you like. I have a sort of similar arrangement with all of Pod's gold.
Oh, well, that's good to hear, mate, because I've been thinking what we can do for Pod, so if you ever think it's available to give gold to me or Pods, I can make it back, several fold for him.
I'm sure he'd probably be interested in it. I sort of have to try and ask him before I do things with it, but I keep hold of it. I count it for him sometimes, and sometimes I remind him of how much the gold is worth.
All right, how much is he going on anyway? He's doing all right for himself, eh?
I think he's got close to 1,000 gold.
Are you saying this with me nearby? Because I will be watching and following Arvis, so quickly after this conversation. Are you just openly saying this, Luke?
About what? The gold or the ring?
Like
or what, sorry?
asking the questions about the gold?
Yeah, it's not like, out in front of the room, but like if you're there and like close and listening, then yeah, you probably hear it.
Go on.
You know what I mean, man? I'm just something of an investor. I think growth is important for places, especially small businesses. So it's always important to invest. You know what I mean?
Of course, talk to Pod and just ask him, tell him the same thing, and if he says it's okay, I'll give you 1,000 gold.
All right. Okay, mate. All right.
I think perhaps, Arvis, you've done enough stealing for one day, and without an actual promise of returning the money, we may need that in the future. Both you, Mercy, and Pod.
Okay.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Pod overhears his name. I might need what?
You're 1,000 gold.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll need it one day.
If I'm nearby, Casimir will just lean over with his beer in his hand and be like, "Can I have it?"
Oh,
He
you
just
can have
puts his hand on Casimir's face and just pushes him back and is like, "This gold belongs. This is our friend. You can't be seriously thinking about robbing the person that. Oh God!" And he's just like,
Into your
Just gonna
hand,
keep
you
watching
into your
Albus.
hand, you just say, "I'm not robbing him. I'm asking him." Is
Oh
a
yeah, you
merry
said you
eve.
don't have any gold. What happened to all your gold?
I spent it, Pod, on arming myself for battles to come, and he indicates his various items, his arcane grimoire, his
Oh.
wand of the war mage, his spell scrolls and things. And also I bought clothes and greased the palms off the underbelly of the City of the Dead.
One of those things I'm not so pleased about, but the other one sound like a nice use of it. I mean,
You
if you
spent-
promise not to give it to anybody who's involved with Merkel, you can have some of my gold.
Well, that would fund more outfits. He kind of like raises his sleeve where you've got enchanted lining of like souls swirling about and like screaming tortured figures in there, and he's like, look, it moves, isn't that fun? I could have more of this.
You can tell he feels very awkward. He's like, on one hand, he doesn't want to fund anything involving necromancy. On the other hand, he's like, he feels like now he's offered, it's like it'll be rude to walk him back, you know?
Or
Let's-
don't feel any pressure to give these people, and he turns around and glares at Casimir, your well-earned money. It belongs to you, and you should do with it as you see fit.
Yeah, but I don't know how much he'd need for it, to be honest.
Well, you could always
Well,
buy
you-
some diamonds and stop us from dying if you want to do something for the team.
It's a great idea. Mercy, remind me to buy diamonds. He says to you almost as if you're
Buy
a
some diamonds.
Siri.
Siri, add diamonds to my shopping list.
Of course I will. I will remind you to buy diamonds.
We should
Every
get
day.
diamonds. That's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that?
I will remind you to buy diamonds at 7 p.m. every day.
I will remind you to buy diamonds at 7 p.m. every day. We should probably get some rest before we have to go into the catacombs.
Yeah, I thought of something I did want to do.
Mm-hmm.
With this information, can I send a sending to the young Ivor Montague in Sacramar?
Oh, you
And
can indeed.
Probably several beers in, he'll get something to the effect of, Dearest Monty, hello, could you look into if Ptolemy is sending supplies or people to Dominus, or Easiarchy, or Gibbsbridge? Keep it quiet, thank you.
You know, that was quite a stunt you pulled in the middle of that meeting. Sure, what's digging around my mother's files anymore for you? I'll let you know.
I got one back to the effect of, it was quite cool, wasn't it? Did you like the pose at the end? The way we just vanished. I'll probably like add a little bit of context within my remaining like 15 words about
Yeah,
wars and
Fair enough.
things. Look, it'll be like look out for war.
mother's not stop complaining about it. Is
Okay, he looks very pleased with
mentioned.
himself as he goes to bed.
Okay, so anything else anybody wants to prep, or are you ready to go?
As in for the next day, sorry.
Yes.
Arvis will just use his alchemy jug to make some more vials of acid.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
I also can actually, with my thieves' tools, make a trap as well.
Okay.
So maybe I'll make like a bear trap or something.
Sure. Overnight, I say you can do that. That's fine.
Cool.
The next day, you wake up, you leave the Raven's Roost, you make your way back to the ziggurat. Please interrupt me if anybody wants to say anything. Yes.
Before we leave, might I make breakfast?
Please.
Using your new chef feat, you may indeed tell everybody what they have gained by eating. Although, you do need to describe what you're cooking.
So I have made something that is, you've noticed that Quan likes to do, which is make a hot, savory meal for breakfast rather than the usual breakfast foods. So you have a stew with like root vegetables like parsnips, like sweet potatoes, and some dried meats in there as well. It's hearty. It's pretty good.
And it gives.
It's a good question. That gives all of you 1d8 temporary hit points.
You want to roll it, or
Love
should
it.
we all roll it?
No, one roll from Quan. Because then it will be one, and it's fine.
You
No,
tried it.
don't say that.
It's a 2.
Oh shit!
Oh, man.
Literally 100% more effective than planned.
So that was for Quan's benefit. Should the rest of us roll?
No. I don't think you will.
Temporary.
He'll be
hit.
eating your words when we survive on 2 HP.
Yeah.
Brew.
Yeah, I'm not taking any feedback about combat. It's only going to get harder.
No.
Wait. Is
And
that
you said one more.
correct? No, that's not correct. No, that's not correct. Sorry. At the end of the short rest, any creature who eats the food and spends 1 or more hit dice to regain hit points regains an extra 1d8 hit points. But what
Treats.
I'm actually thinking of is making treats, which is still a breakfast because my breakfasts are a treat, okay? Okay, so you as a bonus action, or I guess just like at any point, can eat one of these treats to gain temporary hit points equal to my proficiency bonus.
What?
Yes. Which is
Which
plus 3 at the
is-
moment, or plus 2?
Yeah, +3.
+3. So 3.
Cool. So you can make number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus. So you can make 3 of those treats. Who are you giving it to?
No, that's not what I said.
You can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus.
Oh yeah, I didn't read that bit.
Everyone except for Arvas, perhaps.
No, actually. Arvis is gonna receive a well, okay, this stew idea doesn't work now. I guess it's gonna be like dried root vegetables that have like bits of honey on them. They're a little bit sweet, they're really crispy, they're a little bit savory and salty as well. So he's gonna make these treats and he's gonna make his way over to Arvis and he's gonna say, Arvis, I know that we don't see eye to eye on some things, but please believe me when I say I am your friend. I just want you to make the right decisions as he gives him these treats. And oh god, I feel really mean. Someone gets left out.
You can leave me out. I get temp HP anyway, kind of.
No, I'm gonna
Make your choice.
I'm gonna give it to Mercy and Pod. No reasoning will be given as to why I don't give Casimir the treats. But
He
maybe
looks
Casimir can
really
guess.
expectantly. His hands are out, and he's like, "Oh, do you not have one for me? Is this?"
To be fair, it is an hour of time. So if Quan wants to spend 2 hours, you can make extra.
I just thought
But
you were
it's up to Quan.
making treats for everyone.
I'm just like walking back to my I'm just walking around preparing to leave. Like, are you like following me?
Yeah. He's like already he's like super efficient, right? And he gets up super early, so he's just waiting for everyone to leave and just standing by Quan's pack, like so.
Oh, I'm sorry, Casimir. I didn't realize you wanted some.
Why wouldn't I want some? Your cooking is fantastic.
Oh, I'll make you some next time.
Thank you.
You're not invited to the birthday party.
No, that's fine. He kind of like maybe adjust his jacket. This is pretty tight anyway, so probably for the best. It's like very obviously boned, like it's very, very fitted on him. Very close.
Can I make an insight check to notice emotional damage?
Yeah, you can.
Emotional. Damn.
23.
Will this be deception or persuasion? Am I trying to hide it?
Up to you.
I think he's trying to hide how he feels. He looks fine, Mercy. I rolled good. I rolled a natural 19.
Okay. You look unhurt by this emotionally. Okay, I think nothing of it. Casimir, come on. We're leaving.
I know we are.
Oh,
Fucking hell. He's just gonna walk out the room, and maybe he like closes it behind him a little louder than normal. A little louder than is reasonable.
Okay. So,
DM,
As you-
there's probably a point at some point where I buy like a couple of potions of healing. How much are those, if possible?
50 gold each.
Cool.
So go free. Feel free to make those. Basic levels are fine to exchange them. So, you make your way back to the ziggurat. The whole time they're here, there are festivals, but you kind of make your way, and Tobias Cole, looking as stressed as he ever does, perhaps you welcome your way, say you're waiting to meet the High Canoness, and again, interrupt me if there's anything else. Esmeralda Stone does meet you, and I'm glad you've made your way back. Tears honor, friend.
Sorry, I was flaming clued in DMs. I
Yep.
can't remember what the tierly upsetting position.
I can hear stuff. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I can hear you
Yes.
fine.
Yeah, we
No,
can.
we're back. We're back. Hello.
Yeah, I think it just
No,
reset
sure.
itself. It's all fine. Yeah.
I just had a bit of a moment. Happens to the best of us.
Look, the high
we
the
have-
High Canoness talking to Quan. Is this your first visit to the city? How are you finding it?
How am I finding it, DM?
It's strange. You find this place unsettling, and you can't quite put your finger on why. It's the people here seem happy. You've done research. You've understood. You found perhaps what you need, but there's this ever-present sense that you don't belong, and it's never keener than here.
I perhaps wouldn't say I'm comfortable, but maybe that's to do with my recent recovery from sickness.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear. What afflicted you?
It's a bit of a personal question.
I'm so sorry. Was it syphilis?
I hear super gonorrhea is spreading like wildfire.
Oh, it can't be
Particularly
crabs, you
am-
poor man.
Particularly amongst the supplicants.
Are you saying that in character, Clued?
No.
No.
I
Okay.
need
Should
an
I
accent,
start
don't I?
fucking the war?
It's definitely syphilitic insanity.
One has
I'm glad you've
syphilis.
recovered.
Scandal
Is
of
there
the
anything more
season.
that can be done for you?
I feel much recovered, thank you. Not quite myself, but I will be there soon.
Good. Well, you know there are rumors of the copper plague having returned.
Oh no, we're quite sure it's nothing of that kind of affliction.
Well,
No. Your ziggurat, your catacombs,
Yes.
please. Take us down.
yes, please come down. And she takes you down, through, and you see again the servants kind of rushing around. It's 2 flights down. It's kind of slightly beyond the basement, and there is a set of double doors, carved stone, that kind of which calls to soldiers to open up. These are kind of like thing, and they kind of very, very slowly, with a lot of force and deliberate energy, kind of push open to the side, and a wave of musty air hits you. Well, here we are. As I said, I've provided you the details. I believe, I've never made the sacred journey myself. 5 floors below here, we've sent a party of 3 initiates initially, and then a follow-up search party of 5. Is there anything more? The relics you have details of, not every hero, of course, but I am concerned. The entities entombed here, those who are lost, should they be being used for, or puppeted somehow, mark a serious departure not only from Tyr's teaching, but a fairly major threat. The people here who are buried here are chosen for their valor and sacrifice. I would not see them desecrated. Please treat anything you find with the utmost respect and caution.
Of course, that goes without saying.
Respect and caution are values we hold most dear to our hearts.
One would hope, Casimir, and he turns to Casimir and gives him the stink eye.
I must ask, several items have gone missing. Did you notice anything yesterday? Seems to have evaded our guards.
What kind of items? I'm sure we could help you look for them, or keep an eye out, at least.
Or we
The
can ask.
archprelate ring, for one, has gone missing, as well as a couple of personal items myself. A book I was
Ask.
most intent on reading. You were watched since you arrived, but well, your eyes didn't see anything.
Always ask Reggie if he saw anything in the kitchens, perhaps.
Who
Reggie?
would steal a book? That's so strange. I guess you'd be looking for quite an educated kind of thief.
He's saying the ring is missing. He's asking me that the ring is missing.
Yeah.
Could you perhaps give us a description of this ring?
Certainly, it's an enchanted ring. It bears the ecclesiarchy's symbol, that of Tyr, a set of scales, held aloft by a one-armed man. Golden band, warm to the touch.
Distinguished. I imagine we'd recognize it if we saw it again, yes.
Do I recognize it, DM?
Yeah, it's the ring, absolutely.
This is one of those can tell when we tell a direct lie people, right?
Yeah. So far the answers have been discreet enough.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, absolutely. That is something we can ask Reggie. I wasn't gone for long, but might have seen someone skulking
Sounds like
about.
quite a fantastic ring.
But obviously,
One opens his mouth and looks like he's about to tell the man about the ring. You guys are welcome to try and stop him, but he's made his intentions very clear.
Of course, it must have been quite a serious lapse of security. It's multiple items, did you say? A ring? Personal effects of the High Prelate. Whoever did that must have been quite skilled. And I imagine would have quite considerable punishment awaiting them when discovered.
Did you do a lot of...
Did he say personal effects?
she said
personal
She.
effects. Yeah.
Okay.
The personal effects of herself and the High Prelate.
Did do a lot of break-ins happen in the
Really?
Oh, really? Oh my god. All the more.
But I imagine...
The Archprelate, not the High Prelate.
The Archprelate.
But yes.
But I imagine when you discover them, they will meet justice, I would have thought.
Well, what else would they meet? What else would you have us do?
No, indeed. How do you punish crimes such as this? In the ecclesiarchy, I've never been.
Servitude, often. You need to repay the value of what was stolen.
Very fair.
In this case, several several years.
When she says servitude, given what was mined from information, that probably implies they are conscripted and sent to the front lines, right? That's
For
what she
7
means
years.
by this.
Yeah, he
Up
coming
to
back.
you.
Like Jean Valjean, who was incarcerated for 5 years for stealing a loaf of bread.
Desperation is accepted, but you should reach out for help before you steal. This was clearly political machinations, not a beggar needing something.
Political? For what purpose? You don't think it could be Abaddon's... his minions, his lieutenants, perhaps?
At this point, all avenues are open. This is ultimately a city that is full of various denizens. It could be anyone.
Of course, this is war. I would imagine Abaddon would be orchestrating strike forces. It is their MO, no? Subterfuge, confusion, control. Is there a way an agent of Abaddon could have infiltrated your ziggurat?
It's disturbing, these questions, and I hope the answer is no, but it is ones we must now consider.
Glad to have been of assistance in some way. And let us
You're a-
return.
Would be of
Well-
more assistance in the crypt.
Well, actually, I think perhaps we may have some information on the ring.
Do we, Quan? Do we? He's just
Yeah,
giving him this,
actually,
like...
Arbus pipes
We-
up.
wouldn't be surprised, in fact, if it was some kind of minority.
What on earth are you talking about?
Character's not lying, technically.
like a
Oh, you know,
demon from Abaddon's Empire.
Fucking hell.
It's one word for them.
You're
Well,
implying
as
somebody
Kevin
stole this because of their race.
Just saying, mate. Sometimes it's
He's from the.
Well,
I hardly think that's worth counting. You weren't here yesterday. Who are you?
He was from the big city.
Point to
he,
Arvis.
happens there.
Yes, apologies. We sought help from our full strike force. This is the full group that liberated the Stormlands with Anara, full entourage, Arvis.
Hi, nice to
Mercy,
meet you.
Pod.
how's it going, mate?
A suspicious one, aren't you?
Oh, he's
I see no light of tear within you. Justice has long since abandoned you.
I don't mean to be
Right.
funny, mate.
Well, he
You
did-
know, I feel like
Well, I
Save-
think enough.
He did save the Stormlands. He's clearly driven by a greater purpose than merely skulking.
generally money, but sometimes good things.
Well, true. Gold is a great purpose. Today he is here to help. You have offered us no particular reward, other than proving
I
us
am not
innocent.
here to judge. Imperfect vessels are suitable nonetheless.
Great. Well, imperfect vessels. Let's get cracking.
I like that
One
name.
is
That's
still
great. We should
trying.
use that
One is
instead
still trying.
of. As he kind of slaps Quan on the back. Instead of Destiny's Boys, maybe Imperfect Vessels. I think that's a better
Imperfect.
name. Don't you
I
think that's a better name?
agree.
I think that's
Maybe
But
we
to
should
the
workshop
point-
this into the
Yeah,
I think
tomb
the
of
point is that
Quan.
our name just is not. It's just not up for scratch. We really got to rebrand. You know.
You
This
were
would be
a
a-
vessel, Quan, for many souls for a while.
So
And
these
you are.
treats—they're really cool. How did you
Look.
make them?
Look, I very rarely get to be on the other side of any racist accusations. So.
We're just like. I feel like we're weak, right? Pod and Casimir are weak men, and they're trying their best to like physically move Quan. I imagine like firmly push him
Oh,
towards the
man.
stairs. But
Technically, I can move something much larger because of my I've got like larger size or something. So I think Pod can move things that are larger than the average human.
You want to try
But
and push
he's
Quan?
quite a weak furbolg.
Casimir
He's got strength plus 0.
He's gonna
To
lean
be
and be
honest,
like, Please, Quan, please. I know you're angry about the Berkelites, but can we please don't do the ring? We'll all die. We don't want to be conscripted.
I mean, you can try and push me.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're gonna
What
try
they did
and
is like,
push.
there will be a good time to do the right thing, but that time is probably not now.
That's-
rolled.
I guess, Quan, what roles should people be attempting to convince you or move you?
Well, no, I said they can roll to move me. So strength.
Mm,
-1 is a 16.
Oh, not bad.
I
All right,
got
so
an
we can-
18.
Oh shit!
They're so desperate.
They're
They're both
What is-
sweating.
Literally inspired by the fear of God
Like,
itself.
unless you want to roll, Quan.
I will roll, yeah.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
This will be the world's
That's a
worst worst
16.
TPK.
What? Sorry.
That's a 16.
Okay, Casimir, you huff and you puff and you can't, and it's
We're
not
in a
until
deadlock.
Pod-
We're like straining
yeah.
against each other.
It's not until Pod kind of gently starts nudging Quan and then full on starts shoving move. You all gently push him away as Arvis is kind of engaging the High Canoness in conversation, and Quan is attempting to kind of shout out and talk about the ring. Arvis detaches and Pod is as well, and unless there is anything else, you are now inside. Actually, yeah. Sorry, Mercy, could you make a sleight of hand check? And are you currently in possession of it, Mercy, or did you give it back to Arvis? Sorry.
Mercy hasn't.
Mercy
Yeah,
is in
Mercy,
possession
make a
of it.
sleight of hand check.
No.
What
You
was
would
it?
just be
No.
wearing it in
No.
front of him. No way.
No.
Mercy's a
You
master
roll,
assassin.
you roll a nat one.
No.
What about the help action? If I'm
No,
What
proficient.
about
no, no, no,
porting?
no.
I feel
Can
like
I
porting
give
would
the
be good.
inspiration that Sugi
No, I'm
bought
gonna
from
use
me?
Matt's kind gift to re-roll it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's good.
Probably a good
After
thing.
all of
Thank
that.
you, Kiamo.
Rolled an 18
217.
on strength. Don't
Thank you.
it's to me.
Thank you to the
Kiamo.
217
much.
Kiamo.
I got 22.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
So some
expertly,
future. I get-
expertly, you have put it where you would like to, and the rest of you, the door slams shut as Quan, still uttering where the ring is, perhaps, and the rest of you attempting to stop them. You are ushered into the catacombs. And could I have perception rolls from all of you as you look at the dim light of where you are now standing?
2-1.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I just need the highest, because the highest is the first one to notice this.
18.
18. Arbus, what was it? Sorry? You're muted.
You're muted, Boomer.
7 plus 3, 10. Mwah.
And Mercy?
I got a 15.
Pod, you are the first to notice as you are standing in the entrance halls to these tombs. Various carving, all of you see this, various carvings of heroes, depictions of their epic lives, standing up sarcophaguses, here statues, various other members of the high heavens. But Pod, it's you who perhaps steps on it or moves ever so slightly as you look down and you see a folded up piece of paper on the floor.
He picks it up.
Picking it up,
Oh no.
you unfold it, and
Mhm.
it's a flyer you recognize.
Is it for the circus?
Come, one and all, to the amazing show of Gregarious Skellig, aka Greg Skellington, and his amazing circus of bones.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, Casimir, look. It's the circus.
What? What do you mean it's the circus? Did it look intentionally placed?
No, it looks like somebody dropped it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so our missing Tier acolytes were fans of the circus. What's new? Very noble of them. See, Quan, the paladins were
no.
going to the circus.
You don't think we'll miss it, will we? When is it?
No, we have time.
Oh, perfect.
We have like 7 days, 7 days.
A week, yeah, a week.
I've never been to the circus before. I'm well excited.
I
He says
saw.
he kind of pockets the flyer and continues on.
I saw circuses. I never visited one. I tried to sneak in, but they were generally for the upper echelons. In Vassala, they were not really for the common folk. So I'm quite surprised to see them more.
I know, I'm very excited. My
accessible
brothers
here.
used to say I belong in one, and now I'm so curious to see what it's actually like.
Well, of course, there was one in Fort Valor at the trial, but we were all rather busy. When we first met Saul, I thought he was a clown in the wrong place.
With that knowledge, looking forward, you see some of the sarcophagus, some of the tombs, ever so slightly more ajar than you would expect.
Casimir looks so excited. He's gonna like
And
skip
that-
over.
Is where we will leave this session
Ah,
for next week.
Oh my god.
and crawl.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
You think?
How are you going to deal with them with respect and reverence, and also
I will respectfully turn undead.
I'm gonna fucking reanimate them, bro. I'm gonna reanimate them. I'm gonna put them to good use.
Yeah,
All right,
Casimir's
well,
gonna
thank
walk out
everyone.
with their paladin.
Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you had fun. And the group find themselves at the beginning of a dungeon crawl where they are competing not only with Tier's Judgment, but also Acolyte Circus people. Catch you soon.
Oh wait, Greg.
Greg's the mini boss of the dungeon. I'm so excited.
Greg.